minutes, and then we can hang out for a bit.
No, that's fine.
And the goal is to bring you your next favorite band.
Sweet, that intro is my new favorite band. That's phenomenal. I'm so excited to be on.
Yeah. I heard a rumor that you might be able to play that song live today.
You heard correctly. Yes.
Excellent. So,
good enough for rock.
I don't know when I rock out here on your next favorite band show.
and listen, it's going to be everybody's favorite band. Like,
Phil, you weren't supposed to make me get all... God almighty,
but this
Phil.
is why we do it.
Like, seriously. I gotta gather myself. All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Welcome to your next favorite band. That's both the show title and our promise to you. We here at Stereophilia Studio are tireless in our pursuit of finding incredible, genre-defiant artists who are either a hot, up-and-coming band or a group that has been delivering for years but have flown under the radar.
Tonight, we have your Musikfest preparation 2025 Musikfest Exordium.
Each month, we will bring you live streams, audio podcasts, and perhaps even a live concert where you can listen to the stories and hear the music of artists personally curated by us based on what we feel will be worthy of your time. Be sure to subscribe and tune in to each episode because the possibilities are endless and you never know who will be your next favorite band.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. I am your host, Philip Reese, and you are listening to...
Matt Vymazal.
your next favorite band.
You didn't
I always
prep.
do that,
You didn't
and
prep.
it's amazing the different things that people say.
Yeah.
Because people know I don't prep anybody for anything, and most people get super annoyed at that, but I think
Listen,
it's fun.
you were looking at emails like 2 seconds ago, and now I'm just like,
Well, I'm like just in anxious like anticipation of this whole night because there's so many awesome things going on. We've got Matt Vymazal from the Flying V, who is our wonderful host year after year. I just can't believe this. We'll get into that in a second. Right now, you're just kind of like my co-host. You're not quite the guest yet. We'll get there in a second.
I'm down.
But for now, we're just kind of doing the opening show banter.
okay.
But yeah, so we've got Matt from the Flying V. He's here, but he's not technically the guest yet. Hang on a second, we'll get there. Because there's walk-up music. You're not officially the guest until your walk-up music. Wait till you hear. So then we also have, obviously, one of the big parts that we always love bringing to everybody is Patrick Brogan joins us to talk about the must-see bands. Mm-hmm. So that's going to be out there.
He's a good guy.
Oh, he's awesome. Jennifer Alpha from Lehigh Valley Girls Rock is going to share what's the latest with that organization, and there's different sets at the fest for their campers, if you will, to be able to hear their performances. Bobby Martrich, which is another one that people are always interested in, is what's the weather going to be like. Gerard Longo, who is originally kind of started his music journey here with Underground Music Collective, moved it to Nashville, but he comes back every year to help work security and the Northside Sheriff. We have John Moser from Lehigh Valley News, kind of giving us his take on the must-see bands. He was actually the originator of the whole daily picks of the plots.
Really?
So honored to have him on the show again this year. And then musical guests. We have Kendall Conrad and the Tribe. So everyone, stay tuned. It's going to be awesome. Also, we are truly live tonight, so definitely chat in. Your that's wavy. Your picks that you want to see, the food you're looking forward to, anything else about the festival that you're super pumped about. We want to hear from all of you as well, and we'll do our best to kind of keep things rolling as well because there's such a packed show. We want to keep it tight. But one thing before we get started here, do you know what exordium means? Do you know what that word means?
Yeah. I mean, if you're not going to answer or ask any questions after that, yes.
So exordium is this Latin phrase that I came across. I don't even know how. I was just looking for like what I could call this show, and somehow I came across this Latin word that just simply means the first part.
All right.
And so people
That's
sometimes find it and call it, right, yes, call it pretentious. It is, but I also think it's a kind of a cool word, and it seems to be catching. Catching so much so, check this out. You know you can look up a word and see how often it's been used. So this is a graphical representation of how often the word exordium has been used. And in the 1800s, pretty popular.
Oh, it was.
And then it seems to have lost its way, but, stats don't lie. It's starting to tip back up again.
There is a
So I'm not
incline.
saying it's this show, but 4 years ago, and where that graph starts to tip up, that was where the exordium word starts to come back into the lexicon.
That is crazy. Congratulations on bringing it
No,
back.
I'm pretty sure there's like, I think a K-pop band or something out there that has an album called Exordium. But
It was you.
I'll take it. Anyway, so are you ready to be the guest? All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Matt Vymazal from the Flying V Poutinerie.
Let me tell you all about poutine. You take some yummy French fries, then you cover them with yummy gravy, and then you cover them with the yummy cheese. I love poutine, or is it pronounced poutine? I don't know, I just know that I like it. Yummy, yummy, yummy poutine.
Some people may have thought I found somebody on the corner to write that song, but it's a legitimate song. I downloaded off of iTunes. That was not a joke.
And
But
that
yeah.
was the creepiest photo I've taken. Thank you for putting that on.
You are quite welcome. But yeah, let's see. The band's name was the Hungry Food Band.
Okay.
And it's their
that checks out.
absolutely incredible hit, Poutine. Believe it or not, that was the name of that song. It's longer than that. I don't know that it needed to be, but it's great. Go find it. But anyway, welcome to the show, Matt. Thank you so much. First and foremost, again, you are closed this whole week before leading up to Musikfest, which makes sense because those have to be, are they your busiest 10 days of the whole year?
100%.
Absolutely. And you run two?
Yep, two locations.
Yeah, there's a north side and a south side. So you're shut down this week to do all the prep.
Yep.
And all that stuff, and then some knucklehead like me comes along and says, "Hey, can I set up in your in your second floor?" And you say yes to it.
It's lucky I like you. You're a good dude.
Well, thanks. And so the thing is, this is our 4th annual. So we've been doing this 4 years, and all 4 years you've had us up here.
I appreciate you coming in.
No, I appreciate you.
And
I appreciate you more.
bringing us to the viewers.
Yeah, well, let's talk about it. So the other thing is, so sometimes people are tuning in because they want to hear predictions on bands to go see. Many people are tuning in because they want to hear predictions on what the weather's going to be like.
Yeah.
But I think some people are tuning in to hear about the prediction on, is there a potato shortage? Because you made us like soil ourselves that one year.
All right, so that year was a freak year. This year is much better.
Okay, good. No potato famine in the prediction.
No, there was not a heat dome in Idaho.
And didn't you have to like drive dozens and dozens of miles?
Yeah.
Bobby's looking. Maybe there is a heat dome in Idaho. No, okay, he says no. But you had to drive big distances to go get as many potatoes as you could to then drive back.
It ruined my truck. I had over a ton of potatoes in the back of my truck multiple times a week just to get that potato.
Wow.
Or else it would have cost me 5 times as much for a box of potatoes.
In this area.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a risk. I mean, that's again the amount of different things, small business owner, opportunities like this, and then all those other like external factors that take stuff away. Pandemic was one.
Yeah.
Potato famines are other ones.
I mean,
heat domes, everything's in the way.
It's week by week.
Yeah.
You know which crazy stuff is going to happen.
Absolutely. So let's get into the I love that you do this. Are you still doing the like north side menu and south side menu being different, or is it different this year?
You may love it. I don't.
That's fair. Totally fair.
So this year we're probably going to stick to just the American version.
Okay.
We had an incident, like some sort of freak accident with our walk-in, so limited space.
I gotcha.
And the P-meal factory didn't work.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So we're just going to go straight American bacon.
Straight American bacon.
And then we're going to throw in some chicken bacon ranch, buffalo chicken throughout the week.
Nice.
And as soon as I start making the gravy, then we're going to have a lot of short rib. But the short ribs for a short time.
Sure. That happens a lot. That's why when you see it available, you got to get it because it will sell out and fast. That's the red wine braised short ribs.
Yep. And I usually make 500 pounds of short rib, and it goes
real fast.
Real fast.
Yeah. When it's not in danger in prior years, it was always my go-to Tuesday morning hangover fix, or afternoon, of course, because it just starts at noon or so. But there was that time where it's okay, you came through the weekend, Monday was a lighter day, Tuesday morning you're still kind of feeling it, but you need to get geared up for the rest of the festival.
Yep.
And that was where I kind of definitely dialed in. But then there were years that I went to go get it, and you're like, nope, that's out already.
So we always have poutine, but the short
yeah,
rib,
just the short rib part, right? But there's something about that really kind of cures what you need cured.
It's that savory.
Yes.
It's that fat
Yeah.
on the short rib.
So the song did teach it to people, but just in case there's somebody out there that doesn't know what poutine is, just give them the basic one. The very classic poutine is
fries, cheese, gravy. That's it.
and it's a Canadian delicacy, let's call it.
It's a Canadian new food,
Right.
It wasn't made in the 1700s or something like that.
Right.
It was 1950 something, and they just threw it together.
Yeah, and we're very happy for it. And
So much.
when there you go. And so you have the truck will be set up near America Plots on South Side.
Yep.
So that's the very recognizable one. And then you have a kind of a standard food tent kind of thing lined up with many of the other ones near Fest Plots.
Yep.
Great locations for both of them, easily accessed, so definitely get yourself some poutine. We also wanted to congratulate you, your best of Lehigh Valley here.
This? I didn't even know that you put this here. I can't believe it, dude.
First time I've ever
How did
seen a
you get
request for, can I please bring my award and Stanley Cup into the shot?
Listen, best food truck in the valley. I can't.
I know, isn't that amazing? Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Well deserved.
And
so if you're not going to believe us here on the Exordium, believe the people, the voters. This was voted on by the people of Lehigh Valley. Best of. So kudos to you on that. Can't wait to see you down at the festival, and definitely going to enjoy myself multiple poutines.
You just let me know.
Excellent. So we're now going to move over to the section where we sit down with Patrick Brogan, talk about somebody who's probably a little more busy than you.
Freaking out.
Right. So we always pre-record his section because it was about, I want to say, 7 to 10 days ago that we recorded this with him. So we sat down at ArtsQuest. David Moore, prior co-host of the show, rejoined us to kind of share. And we did our typical thing where we each made some picks of must-see bands. We go into the whole kind of logic behind it as to how we were kind of putting some rules around it to make it a little bit more fun. But also, we don't tell each other. So I write mine down, then they submit them to me in secret, and then we compare them. So sometimes there's overlap, and sometimes there isn't.
Cute.
Yeah, and then we'll get into it here. So please enjoy the must-see bands, and then we also kind of talk about best day of the festival, just in case you only have one day that you can allocate to go down for the whole day. We kind of give you a recommendation on that, and spoiler alert, all three of us picked the same day, so that tells you how phenomenal that one day must be. So stay tuned for that. It's towards the end of this section, but take a listen to our chat with Chief Programming Officer of ArtsQuest, Patrick Brogan, talking about must-see bands, Musikfest 2025.
Now y'all know why we here tonight, right? This is for the people of this city, the people of this planet, and the people of this universe. So with that being said, universe, how y'all feeling?
Yes, this is the time of year when the universe comes together, all in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, and we're just honored to be able to kind of bring some guidance. The Exordium came together. This is our 4th year doing it. Can you believe that?
It's a holiday season of its own.
It is.
Yeah.
Fourth one. Is that calling birds?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Speaking of, we have to for the 12 days of Musikfest.
Yes.
Because really, if you guys could do 12 days, it's
We're one away.
Yeah,
You
I know.
never know.
And I have heard Cassie talk about, or you talk about, there is preview night, which is day 0 in my opinion,
Yep.
happening again this year, and both of you have shared that there could always be.
I think
what
it's
would
safe
that
to
be
say
called?
Day Zero's here to stay. And
I'm happy to hear it.
We're you never know what's going to happen with a show on the main stage, that if somebody has to move around or whatever, and suddenly we're going on Monday night.
Yeah.
Some of the team here I won't be alive anymore. They will sacrifice me the minute I say, guys, we're going to do one more. But,
Monday Night Music Fest. That has a nice ring to it.
Yeah.
Well, you even said, let's go to the real Monday Night Music Fest. The Monday of Music Fest is like your third favorite day of the year.
Yeah, it really is.
It's like Thanksgiving, Christmas, and the Monday of Music Fest. Yeah. I still want a T-shirt that says that.
Oh, I love that idea.
But
that for next year.
Let's start with just saying thank you again, because first and foremost, putting this all together, but then in the midst of leading up to it, you're incredibly busy, and you always now 4 years in a row dedicated time for us to sit down and
the feet are up, the drinks are poured. We're just now we just wait for it to happen.
That's true. That is true.
I'm kidding. It takes an army of people to put it together, and volunteers and our incredible staff, and 80-person full-time staff, and hundreds part-time, and it's hot this time of year and humid and this summer, and so an army of people out in the field making it happen.
Yeah, no, and it is a year-round thing too. Sometimes people who are either tuning into the show or you just know me, and they're like, "Oh, that Music festival that's 10 days." I'm like, "Well, hang on a second."
Well, I mean, my parents used to say, "What do you do the rest of the year?" So
like Santa Claus, I just make a list.
Yeah, just
these are the bands we want
just
next year.
chicken a lot.
Yeah,
naughty, nice.
Yeah. But even that too, like I just heard you speak recently, and you've shared this in the past. You already have offers out for next year's.
We
Music
do,
Fest.
yeah. We have a dozen offers out for Music Fest main stage next year.
Wow!
And
so let's get into the statistics. So each year, it's always fascinating to hear over the 10, albeit 11 days, X number of performers, X number of performances.
441 artists. For over 600 performances.
Wow.
From 11 different countries. I think it was 31 different states.
Wow.
And almost 100 from right here in the Lehigh Valley region.
That's
as
so
well.
cool
So
too. Yeah.
About a third of the festival annually is a what we'll call local Lehigh Valley-ish.
Yeah.
Another third is really regional, of the Mid-Atlantic up
Definitely.
into Boston, down to Virginia, and then the other third nationally and internationally touring.
Yeah, and it's great to see some of that regional and international stuff come back, because post-COVID it was very local, regional.
It was. There were a couple of years there where people just weren't touring as much,
Right,
and it was so unknown.
And talking to the bands on the show, like they were like, I can't take the financial risk to come all the way across the country.
And this state was shutting down, and this state was
Correct.
wide open. So very. I'm happy to report the state of the industry very normalized. Very
That's awesome.
Everyone back out there and doing their thing.
Yeah. And so like our statistics. So you said 441. On the stages this year. So in 2022, which was our first year doing this, we started in June, so we're on our 3-year anniversary into our 4th year.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But
the first year's the hardest. After that, it's just
yes,
it's all fun and games, right?
Right, exactly. It's
gravy.
practically yes. It's like a slip and slide. But if you counted the episodes we had done on George Wacker's Lehigh Valley with Love show, that first year we had 11 bands that had been interviewed that were part of the 2022 Music Fest. Then 17 and 23, 24 and 24. How about that? And then 32 bands this year.
Great.
Out of the 441 have already been on the show. So that's very cool.
You guys are working hard.
Almost at a 10% threshold.
You were,
at this point in time.
Next year you will be.
Let's hope so.
Yeah.
And so that's just
happen.
awesome. And so I guess the other thing to just mention to listeners is here's the list. And I don't want to rip through 32 because no one wants to see me just say all the names, but these are all the people who are on the lineup this year that have been on our show before. So if you come to nextfaveband.com, do a search, you'll find an interview with each and every one of these people.
It's a great, what a great list. I'm
Yeah.
looking at it right now. I'm actually in awe of a number of them. And kudos to you guys as you continue to build this brand and this podcast, and a great synergy between us in terms of getting the word out about great bands.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I'm so
It is the beauty of
appreciative
Music
that.
Fest is that finding the person you've never heard before, and you just stumble upon them, and suddenly you're in awe.
Yeah, and the thing I
their
love
biggest
too
thing.
is something we've started to do during the week of Music Fest, as you've heard us promote. We go live every day at 3:00, share our 5 picks of the Platzes, update things like weather, but then we always bring on a guest or two. And something we've been leaning into is a little bit of the kind of like Musikfest legends. So if you see on the list there, you've got Amish Outlaws, you've got Cast in Bronze, you've got Igor and the Red Elvises. There's lots of fun happening there where there's things like that are such a fabric of the festival.
Sure.
That, again, is like, if you've never been, you live on the other side of the country or whatever, and you're always like, why does this knucklehead keep talking about this stupid festival? Check out some of those interviews and you'll start to learn why. They're so fascinating. Those are some of my favorite ones because, again, it starts to sprinkle in some of the magic of what goes on, and these like party band doesn't quite cover it. Especially not for Igor.
Surf rock from San Diego, California via Moscow.
Right.
It's
And then the fun part about that one, and this is just one little tidbit, is I start to prepare for the interview, and I'm like, that guy won Star Cert?
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow! And because he never says it on the stage.
It's not a thing. Yeah, we talked a lot about bacon.
I was like, is this the same Igor? I thought I had the wrong Igor.
A lot of bacon.
A lot of bacon. A lot of KGB.
Great social media account, by the way, if you don't follow.
Yes, great one there. So anyway, recommend people kind of maybe take a dive into the interviews. So one thing that we always are in admiration of is you sprinkle some little magic on the free stages every year by bringing us
the
bands
biggest to the big.
Bands that are extremely immediately recognizable, and you're like, wow, that's a free show. And so we just put together a little montage here of the three biggies. So if you don't mind,
I love it. Please.
Yeah, this is going to be the ones that are the Musikfest magic.
This is the story of a girl who cried a river and drowned the whole world. And while she
First one up is 9 Days. They're playing Thursday, the 7th, at 9:30 p.m.
What a hook! Everyone in the world knows that opening line there.
Totally.
In this era, this early 2000s, 90s era sound is where everybody is right now. Well,
yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
More modern.
Yep. And here's MKTO. They're playing Friday night at 8, also at 9:30. Actually, all three of these are on consecutive days, 9:30 at night on the
second weekend. And MKTO, this is a song classic. Everybody knows it.
Yep.
It's on every playlist that my kids have ever made. And my son has started DJ. He's a teenager, started DJ a bit, and this he was just getting this at a party that he was telling me about.
Yeah.
And he gave Musikfest a plug.
And the last one is Augustana, Saturday 9th, 9:30 again. Great time to just simply basically reserve 9:30 any night of the festival here at America-Pots, and you're going to get a winner, and these are the three magic ones are right in a row.
We love another song of theirs. It's on a couple playlists of mine, but this one, his vocals, his lyricism is gorgeous.
It absolutely is. Looking forward to this one.
He's an excellent musician too. He's toured as a support musician, for other players. So I mean, he's an excellent musician.
They never made it as big as I think their sound
should have been.
I disagree with that point. It's sometimes it's timing. It's something else.
It really
it's
is.
Weird the way that all works sometimes.
And that's why there's your whole podcast is about shows that are phenomenal and discovering them.
People who you should be paying attention to. The major thing we like to do here is talk about our must-see bands. This year we decided to go with 9 total each. We do it in secret. We don't tell each other, and then we kind of share them. So you'll find overlaps, and those are the ones that maybe are a little bit more, even more so to try and get
Highlight
to.
them.
Yeah. And what we decided to do was pick 3 each from that list of 32 that have been on the show before, and then 6 each from the remainder. And so this is kind of how that tracked out, and you don't have to necessarily pay extremely close attention to it because we're going to talk about each one. We're going to share a couple of highlights. But Patrick, why don't you start with your group from what we call the Fest Fave band?
Sure, and Clover is a group has been on the podcast before. She's a brilliant vocalist, and if you're on preview night or day 0 as you call it, I might start taking up that moniker.
It's like I love it because it's like mile 0
right
at the beginning,
exactly.
down at like
I like to think of when I'm programming because computers start counting at 0.
Yes,
This is the first entry.
It's where we start.
So here we are. So Clover on that night is this mix of vocals of Hello Lake Street Dive, just gorgeous vocals that and that kind of soulful pop that what a great way to start the festival.
And also right there is a must-see band on day 0. And also the Hot Mamas who are on right after her are also definitely, they've been on the show before and they're wonderful.
I saw Clover actually a week ago opening for Sister Sparrow and the Dirty Birds.
Oh yeah.
If you like Sister Sparrow and the Dirty Birds, Clover's right in that same vein. What you're talking about, the Lake Street Dive kind of vibe, that sort of like soulful pop. She's got a very clever take on some of her lyricism as well too.
So. On the show, we talked about Clover, Tioga. You also like all these all capitals. The new album comes out in September. But releasing I think 2 or 3 singles thus far. All of them are great. It's been 7 years in the making, so it's going to be a very cathartic release.
It is, and everything I've heard so far, fantastic.
It is great.
And just a real growth and maturity in their sound and thought process.
Absolutely.
And then...
so Elias Hicks, we're going to play some tunes by him. So we're going to let some play, and then we'll bring it down, and you can talk more about him. But here's Dogwood Trees by Elias Hicks.
1, 2, 2. She's on her feet, in contrast to the white skin on the unforgiving black night sheets and all. Snow starts to fall, but all these northern winds, they've learned to talk.
Gorgeous vocals and guitars, these beautiful melodies. Fascinating about him, I know he's been on the show, so his background in South Carolina, from the rural part of South Carolina, classically trained, and here he is with his, I don't know, a little bit Sufjan Stevens kind of sound.
Absolutely.
Just a big fan of his musical journey, and he's a teenager.
Yeah, so 2 neat things about him. Last year he was on the live streams from Godfrey Daniels, so that was cool. Then he got rained out. He didn't even perform. So we had the lone performance of Elias Hicks last year. so that's another reason to tune in each day. You might catch those kinds of opportunities.
The first Saturday.
That's exactly what it was. Yeah.
I don't remember it at all.
It's because I
blocked from my memory.
It's because I wasn't here for that day.
That's right. Yeah,
you're never going away again. That's right.
Yeah.
You can't.
I had to perform that Saturday.
Yes. But he was a very cool chat, and he played live. His newer single, Miss Main, he played acoustically there. But yeah, I can't wait to catch him as well, because it was a missed opportunity from last year.
A couple of those.
Yeah, absolutely. And so similar management and a similar missed opportunity. Well, I'm going to jump to my list. It was the ones that I recommend. Dustin Douglas and the Electric Gentleman. He is like rock and roll personified, and it's genuine. Like sometimes you see that and you think it's like a fake thing. This is who he is, because again, met him and also interviewed him, and he's just pure adrenaline rock and roll. Yeah. So he's got and he's got brand new music out as well. So just a great thing. Zoe Lemon, she's from Philly, a very interesting songwriter. She's a violinist and will use looping. So her songs, in my opinion, are some of the most unique and different around. And so it'll be very, very cool to see her perform as well. And then Jack Wharf Band, I'm going to play a track by him. Here's his song called Washed.
Wake up in the morning, pounding in my head, and smell of cigarette smoke in the bedroom, ashes on stand. Why am I so empty? Things feel so right. And swore I wouldn't yesterday, but I'm back here tonight. I'm a struggle, I'm a heart in the dark. I'm just trouble, I don't know where to start. It's just another lonely night. sucker for the pain. Kept on
Out of Richmond, Virginia. Same management as Elias Hicks, actually. And just love the sound. It's a unique voice again. It's very, very cool. And the missed opportunity from last year was they performed. It wasn't rained out, but he had a very, very bad cold. And he didn't have full voice. He gutted it out. He gave an incredible performance. He did that Musikfest stuff where he draws people in, which just speaks to how amazing it'll be when he's at the full height of his powers. Just building a massive following. Like, I just think he's got a very, very great sound, and it's going to go more and more. Looking forward to this one. Oh, let me bring up day and time for him. And it is Thursday the 7th, 7:30 on the Stadtplatz stage. I think every single one we picked was either Stadtplatz or Amerikaplatz. They are. So that speaks to, again, the power of
what
those
we're
stages.
doing at those stages.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Larger stages of the festival.
Are the pillars of Northside and Southside for sure.
Funny, Stadtplatz wasn't even there until just a couple years
ago.
Yeah,
that's so true. And was originally Amerikaplatz.
Was it? Yeah.
The lore.
Yeah, I was thinking of a Musikfest lore moment.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So, David, we're going to move over to you now. You're going to talk to us about your Fest fave band.
So, obviously, we've been friends of the show, if you will, Kufnatz and Christine. Christina Elise, we've had them on. They also participated in some of our events.
Yep.
So, Mike, and then, so to describe them, so hip-hop classical duo.
Yeah.
Which sounds like it wouldn't work, but it really comes together extraordinarily well.
Yes.
Harpist.
Chamber pop, I used to call it.
Yeah, chamber pop to me is even beyond that. It's like a chamber hip hop. Like I don't even know what to call it. And then I also have Mike Lorenz trio. So if you want to go into this, we're taking this in a slightly different direction. That is a jazz trio, guitar jazz, and that is also an opportunity to go see something in an air conditioned space. So if you want something to like take a breather from the volume that is August, go check that out. It'll be Mike and his trio, and they're great.
Yes.
And then finally, it is a local favorite, and I'm a fan of Slingshot Dakota.
Yep.
Slingy D for those in the know. Hometown heroes.
Hometown headliners.
And
I have a video here from Musikfest.
Okay.
So it's their song Casino Night.
Gotcha.
And because what I wanted to show here was the stages, in case people haven't been. And then also, most of the videos that I had pulled up didn't show Tom. And you need to watch Tom play drums. And this song just puts it on full display. So here's Casino Night by Slingshot Dakota. Song doesn't totally do it, but Carly Commando can make incredible sounds come out of that keyboard.
100%. This one has definitely the beginning.
Right.
Has
Later
a
on,
much more analog synth sound, but she brings actually. So you can see it if you look carefully in the far side of this camera. That's actually a stomp box.
Yes.
From a guitar distortion pedal that she uses on her.
Yes.
Keyboards that she'll kick in towards the end of the song as the intensity picks up.
Her vocals and Tom's hair will give you the intensity.
Absolutely.
Tom's hair defies gravity, and it is if you need rock drummer like motion.
Yes, and also,
I mean, he's a great drummer.
Find you somebody that loves you the way that Tom loves drumming.
My gosh.
Like, watch when this part kicks in, you'll just see.
They love each other.
Well, there's that too.
But that too, absolutely.
I mean,
they're such a wonderful. But look at him, he's just beaming.
He is beaming. He is always beaming. Just happy people.
Absolutely.
And honestly, some of the most successful musicians in Lehigh Valley right now, the way that they 100%. Tour nationally regularly, it's
well, yeah, they were bigger than people realized. They were in Rolling Stone.
Yeah.
And then also, Carly also has an Emmy for a piece that she wrote for The Simpsons. These are all like go look this up. This band is incredibly just worth your time.
Yeah, Carly releases instrumental music
Yeah.
outside of
Yes.
Slingshot
Well,
Dakota.
I'll tell you even one better.
like totally check it out as well, because it's almost modern symphonic classical-esque piano pieces that she puts out.
Well, on that point, she's also open for commissions, because my daughter was, she's a 3D animation student. She just graduated, and she came to me saying, I don't want to use a piece of music because technically it's copyright infringement. And I'm like, yeah, but you're a student, it's okay. But if you want, I'll go reach out to a musician. And I thought of Carly, and she scored the music to my daughter's 3D animation movie that was her like senior thesis. But so now Tom is on full display drumming. But anyway, if you need music, she also does it for wedding processionals. It's called the Processional Professional.
Yes.
It's a whole other great Instagram follow. She releases the ones that she does. So she takes pop music and makes it into like a wedding processional.
Of a wedding march, yeah.
And it's so great. But even all of that aside, just Slingshot Dakota Music is insanely cool and awesome, and you should definitely come down and check it out. Let's take a look at what day they're performing. It's Sunday, I know that much.
They are Sunday the 3rd, so the first Sunday of Music Fest at 7:30 p.m. on Stock Plots.
And most likely it will say hooray.
I've been watching this video, and I think this is at Zinzenplatz, but it could be at Plaza Tropical.
I think it's Zinzenplatz.
I actually don't. We've done such a good job of building this to look like each other in the backdrop. I'm sitting here as the guy who does it, and I'm like, which stage is that?
Yeah, that's nice.
Plaza or Zin? Anyway.
But yeah, Slingy
Even keeping you guessing.
Right.
Goal achieved.
There you go. Yeah.
David, we're going to stick with you, and let's get you to talk about your first 3 picks of the 6 from the rest of the festival.
Sure. So kicking things off on my list is Grace Kelly. Grace Kelly, we're going to stick with this jazz theme that I mentioned with Mike Lorenz.
Yeah.
Is a jazz saxophonist. She has played the Levitt stage before for one of the Levitt shows. So she is a jazz saxophonist, contemporary musician, lots of high energy, has performed with everybody contemporary. She's recently performed with Corey Wong. She's performed with the Dirty Loops. So you can see her make the best funk face ever in one of those Dirty Loop videos. She's a great player. She interacts with the audience really well. For a jazz show, it's surprising how much that happens sometimes. So she is 7:30 on the 10th, which is the last Sunday, 7:30 p.m. on the Levitt stage, the American Plots.
Yeah, and I think she plays Saturday as well. I think she's got 2 performances.
So next is Rainbow Girls. Rainbow Girls are a New York-based trio who, if you like harmonies, this is a band to check out.
Oh, they're awesome.
Beautiful harmonies. A bit of a punk attitude as well.
Definitely.
So I think it's absolutely worth checking out. I'm very excited to see what their performance is going to be like.
Now, before we get to the third one, all 3 of these were also on your list, Patrick.
Yes.
So anything you would want to sprinkle in, and then we can kind of pivot into a Boys Go to Jupiter
Well, I'll say
track.
that a tip for those of you, early festers, for rookie festers, the Musikfest app has the ability to create and build your calendar, some of the things we're talking about here today, or some things you find on your own, and you want to see, I can't do it this time, but you can see the multiple sets on there. Anyway, that would be my biggest tip.
It's a wonderful offering. But so Boys Go to Jupiter, and again, all 3 of these, Grace Kelly,
Boys Go to Jupiter is
one
of the most fun bands on the festival.
That's so fun.
Yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to them. So Boys Go to Jupiter, to me, so it's a 3-piece band as far as the core is concerned, but they seem to perform as an augmented group up to about 7 players, and it is a combination of like really kind of clever and quirky songwriting combined with these unbelievably fun hooky melodies and clever arrangements. For example, they've just recently released their Audio Tree performance, and it starts with percussion done by syncopated hand claps that every member of the band is playing on different beats.
Oh, wow.
So lots of very clever things when it comes to things like that.
Well, let's bring in a track, and then we can keep talking about it, because this will give people more of a flavor of what we're talking about. Here's their song, Lovers Always Lose.
I got you a present. I hope that you like it. Something I saw and I thought of you. And what kind of person knows all the tree names and loves every sky, whether stormy or blue?
picked a different track from them, it would have sounded totally different.
And I think if Jukebox the Ghost had a female lead singer, that's their sound.
That's a cool description.
Yeah.
It's a pop, witty lyrics, and hooks that you will be stuck in your head for the next day.
And that's that same also.
Quirky, a little quirky, but in a fun way.
Not in a way that's odd. No, in a way that's fun. Like, and sometimes
accessible.
And then the songs get something that to build into the lyricism and do something that's dynamic. They have a theme song on their album as a result. Like, things like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they're a band that Shayna Super in the office brought them in for music events. They're her top pick.
That's awesome. And what a great name. I mean, like, you gotta love that stuff. But reminds me of the Carpenters when they're in this mode. But then they are a little bit kind of like Tilt-A-Whirl's, like a totally different bunker sound. But they're definitely going to be worth checking out. So Saturday the 2nd, so that first weekend, 7:30 on American Plots. So let's jump, since those first three already were on your list. Let's go over to let's pick out one from yours there, Patrick.
Sure. So I'll talk about Gedan a little bit. So this is traditional Irish music with a bit of American Appalachian music in there.
Which makes a ton of sense.
And makes even more sense when it's five guys from Italy. So it's a
didn't see that curveball coming. Right there.
It's a great, they're playing banjos and the claw hammer fiddle. So
it makes a lot more sense now when I got an email from where is his email? Keep talking.
Were you connecting them?
I'm in connected with them.
Yeah, so they're Italian.
Yes.
Naturally.
Lorenzo. I was like, who's Lorenzo writing to me about this? But now it makes a lot more sense.
He signs off the email. Ciao.
Yeah, ciao, Bella.
This isn't Irish. But there is. And they're brilliant.
They are.
Very excited. One of those things that, like, you can't make this up. It comes to Musikfest.
Yes.
It's a great must-see band.
So what I loved about this, too, is I found on their, like, if you listen to their music, it's awesome. But then on their YouTube channel, I saw one that just said old-timey music. And I was like, let's grab that one. So here's just some old-timey music from Gedan.
I love that.
Considered this band 33 because if you recognize a face in there,
that's what I was just going to say.
And the Ska Hill from We Banjo 3, who we did also interview, and that's actually a very, very cool interview. I mean, I always say each one is my favorite one, but anyway, I think this music is amazing, and they did bring in a proper Irish gent.
A ringer?
Yes. For the banjo.
There are two chances to see them.
Yes.
On Monday night at Stadtplatz and on Tuesday night at Amerikaplatz. So
I have that here.
Two chances to see this type of it's brilliantly done. It's good music.
And there is some with vocals and stuff, so it's not just all like this.
It's not all old-timey.
It's not all old-timey, but I would still sit there for all of that anyway. It's really, really great stuff. And not yet totally confirmed, but sounds like they're going to come on the Daily Life.
Well, Lorenzo is on his way.
Lorenzo and Enda are both
this podcast here.
Somewhat committed, but
Michelangelo too. Or
yes,
collect all the turtles if you can. You were just in Italy, weren't you?
Yes,
you were in
France. Yes. But yeah, so that's another great one. So now we'll move over to my list. I'm going to go back to back because then it'll make some sense to you when we get there. So you can see Gedan is on my list as well. I'm going to skip past Barney because he's going to be the first one I'm going to play. Sam Tenez is on my Music Curious list because it sounds so beautifully engineered that I can't wait to see it live, but I am a skeptic because I've seen those happen before. But I hope I'm proven completely right that it's definitely going to be worth it's going to be worth showing up because if you go listen to him, it's great stuff. Like, it's unbelievable. It just, to me, is like, how is that going to happen live? And it's like must see for the purpose of, let's go, because if it is going to work, it's going to be dynamite.
I'm loving it.
Yeah.
I'm loving it. I'm hoping.
Matt Friedman and the Herd.
I like that you see the vision there, though.
Yeah. Matt Friedman and the Herd is country music, which is not typically my thing, but he has performed with, and also, so Chelsea Mitchell from Dirty Dollhouse said, friend of mine, you should check it out. So he's actually going to be on the daily live streams, and I'm going to and then I listen to his music, and it's great stuff. So like, I think that's definitely one to check out. And then we'll get to the other two in a second. So let's go back up to Barney Cortez. He is a Philly artist who is just one of those sounds that just every track I listen to, I'm like, I can dig that. And it's different and weird, and I love everything about it. So like, let's take a track here called Totally Confused by Barney Cortez.
The map is torn in pieces by the door. The neighbors burning bridges by the score. And the Joker looks amused, and I'm totally confused. Rabbits running wild for their life.
I'm giggling at the video again.
As soon as you said totally confused, I thought in my head, I think that's the one with the alien.
Yes. Yeah, and yes, it is. So yeah, Barney Cortez, a lot of this just has this very cool vibe to it. It's just, I think
vibey. It's like summertime, vibey beach music. Almost.
Yeah, and to throw that on Stodplots on opening night at 7:30 is great. Right after the Groove Merchants, who have become like the standard opener for Musikfest. It's just going to be great back to back.
You'll see that 7:30 spot at some of those bigger stages for your audience is like the sweet spot. You're seeing that often nationally touring acts.
Yes.
Because we don't always put them in a 9 o'clock spot in prime time because they may not have the audience developed to carry weight to that stage at that point in time. But to introduce them in that 7:30 spot,
it almost makes me feel like the way that Volksplots used to be. It's kind of like where this vibe has landed.
Yeah, Stott and America are the two. And Zinzin, yeah.
Love it. Definitely into the whole Barney Cortez experience. Can't wait to check out the full the full performance. The other one this has been my favorite one to find. The music is, when I looked at the assets, if you will, pictures, videos, and stuff, I'm like, all right, this guy's just a jokester. But then you listen to them. Actually, I listened to the music after I hate to say it, written them off. And the 28-hour Spotify playlist was just playing, and every time his song came on, I was like,
"Who's this?
Who is this?" And I'm like, "It's that guy who thinks he's really funny."
Is it Sam?
But it's Cajon.
Yeah.
And so like the song here is called "Trashy State of Mind," and I think you're gonna love it. So here's Cajon Concept for you to check out and definitely make part of your must-see bands.
Oh my lord, this place is fine. I've got nothing on my mind and I'm just floating. I kinda feel like getting toasted. Walking through lobbies with no shirt on. If I pay, I get the mostest. I've got a trashy state of mind. Saving dime.
You can see what I mean about it's kind of funny. Like, it's just, he doesn't take himself seriously, but the music is so at such a high level that it's like,
great.
Yep. That actually, so another cool thing, and I always like to add this stuff in, is like, if you become an ArtsQuest member, there's certain levels that you can actually submit to announce a band.
Are you?
I asked to announce him because I wanted to be able to meet him. I think he's a wild guy, and also like I've started following him on Instagram. He's super funny on there.
Yeah, he is.
So like, I just can't wait to catch this show. It's definitely become like top of the list. And then multiple tracks, not just this. Like,
this is the MO.
It's gonna be a great show. I can tell. So definitely catch a Cajon Concept. Let me throw that up here on the screen for a second. It's Sunday, 8, 3 at 6 p.m. on Stadplatz. It's actually right before Slingy D.
Yeah.
So you can watch Cajon Concept into Slingshot Dakota. What could be a better Sunday of Musikfest?
Good way to kick off the first weekend.
First weekend, yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I would definitely recommend that. David, we're going to go back to you for the remainder of your must-see bands.
Okay, so I have Joy and the Wildfire. So out of New York, Brooklyn specifically, very much like rock anthem-y kind of thing. Samantha Joy is the actual singer who has a astoundingly good voice, and they're very, very hooky, and they're earworming, and they're another one of those ones that, like, every time it bubbled up on that playlist, I went like this. Wait, what was that?
Yeah.
So I checked out a bunch of their stuff, and I was like, yeah, that'll be fun. Like, let's give them a little bit of conversation, a little exposure. Next is Bermuda Search Party, who you may have known in their previous identity as the Q-Tip Bandits, but Big Ear Swab made them change their name.
Oh dear! Like they had anything to worry about.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
If anything, it was promoting.
Yeah. So they have also played here before at the Levitt stage in one of the summer shows that are here.
Wonderful.
They are going to be playing.
So much fun.
Yeah.
Great, super upbeat. Both two singers, both the guitarist and the bass player sing, so it's a man and a woman. And so you end up with a very nice texture to how they perform.
They were high on my list. I just knew, based on the rest of that day, I knew I was not going to get there.
Yeah, I hear
So
it.
Unfortunately, early on, I wasn't adding them to my lists because I just was. It was out of like self-defense.
Well, they are.
Like, I know I'm
so
not
they're
gonna get
playing
this.
Sunday.
Break my heart again.
Sunday the 10th, the last day, on Zinzenplatz at 6:30 p.m.
Yeah.
So I'm asking you to pace yourself. And then last on my
marathon, not a sprint here.
Yeah, and last on the list is
The Vindies.
The Vindies, who
So like I talked highly about Cajon Concept. Vindies might be higher for me as far as what I'm looking forward to. They're probably number one on the bands I've never seen before and learned about this year.
So outstanding band. Like
Yes.
they're a great band. National touring band. They literally just came off the road as the opening act for the national tour for Pat Benatar. They've opened for ZZ Top. Like they've done.
And Pat Benatar loves her, the lead singer. Like,
Fantastic.
Everyone should. Like she's incredible.
Fantastic vocalist. But like, if you like rock music, you will like the Vindies.
Absolutely.
And they put on a show.
Yeah.
Like they're good on stage.
And here is their song called Elton Glasses, Baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Steeltown, USA, please welcome the Vindies.
Grown-up said we can't run around here anymore. That just means they don't know how to have any fun. And did we stop chasing rainbows, pick up those side hustles? Sometimes it feels like I can't find a way to take a deep breath again. And I know you're the same. Let's play a new game. Me first, I'll go. Let me put it this way to you. I just wanna go crazy. I wanna do 180 and foot to the floor when I get a high score. And all I gotta know from you is if you're gonna come with me. I put my hair in daisies, wear your Elton glasses, baby.
Yes.
You wonder if Pat Benatar watched her opening set some night and said, "This is what it was like when I came on. Like, is this what people discovered me and thought and heard?"
Yeah.
Yeah, or one of these like, oh, I have to go warm up more.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
like, oh, there's going to be an
These
expectation.
youngsters.
It's going to be an
Yeah,
expectation.
yeah.
I got to go do some stretches.
I can feel it on this one. This is going to be one where, like, most of the fest, I'm like dialed in, but also knowing I need to go somewhere else in a few moments. This one is going to be 90 minutes of
in the show.
I'm just going to be bathing in the Vindies. It's going to be amazing. Yeah. We'll take more of that. So, take us through the end of your list here, Patrick. These are the last couple.
Yeah.
And like you said,
the last
maybe
two,
someone who
Fabiola
isn't even
Mendes.
announced.
Okay, so if we have do I have a minute to tell the story?
Yeah,
of
yeah,
Fabiola?
yeah.
Okay.
We're great on time.
So, you're the only people who are gonna get the story. You and
Love
and
it.
the thing.
Musikfest.
So
exclusive.
I made a mistake, a big one.
Yeah.
Can I say the F word on this podcast? I don't know if we can. Patrick fucked up pretty big. typically, when we put an opener on a main stage show, we work with the main stage headliner. Often they're bringing someone, or they say, we want this person. And in the Humberto Santa Rosa show, we have been in love with Fabiola Mendez,
and
who's
rightfully so.
A cuatro player from Puerto Rico. We'll talk about that in a second. But she, so we wanted, as soon as that show confirmed, we reached out to her agent, who said she's available, but she's got another offer that night. And so I said, let's get the offer in right now. And so we put an offer in before we went to Humberto Santa Rosa. So the offer confirmed. A lot of things are happening in the meantime. There's a lot of things happening.
But
here.
see, this is great for people to hear this.
And
stuff.
so we confirmed Fabiola Mendez to open the Humberto show, and the Humberto agent, good friend of ours, we call him and we say, hey, we want to add this artist on. He said, okay, let me check with management. He comes back and says, no dice, and I am like, first of all, I'm like, what do you mean no dice?
There's lots of dice.
Why can't we do this?
We spent all the dice.
As it turns out, Humberto has a female cuatro player featured in his show named, I kid you not, Fabiola Muñez.
Man.
And so the idea of having Fabiola Mendez, right? So anyway, this is totally telling stories out of school, but so he's like, look, and totally understandable. This is entirely my fault. If this makes it to Tim Drake or the Roots agent, or the agency, I effed this up. So now we've got this show with this. So Fabiola Mendez is a brilliant cuatro player from Puerto Rico, Berkeley graduate, who is just, her vocal, the whole package, NPR darling. She did a Tiny Desk concert. She's brilliant. And so we get her for free. Now on America Plots at 6 o'clock that night, because we were like,
you're welcome, Bethlehem.
What do we do with this in this churn of events? And so anyway, that's how Fabiola Mendez came to be.
We're going to have a statue to Patrick Brogan by the end of this.
Yeah.
Can I give you a list of other people to mess up with?
Do you accidentally book as an opener?
Yeah, can you book these people accidentally?
The Killers playing America Plots accidentally. Third Eye Blind didn't want them to open for them. So.
That's probably true. From what I hear about that.
They're another story.
Yeah, well,
that's the next podcast.
Yes. That's the after hours one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you also wanted to talk about a person who I think is just like living, breathing festival.
This is Musikfest,
magic.
right? Shamar. And his third time playing Musikfest, I believe. And every time that both times I've seen him, I thought, I'm going to, to your point earlier, I'm going to drop by this show and see a couple minutes of it. And then I find myself taking a seat, and then I pull out my phone, and then 47 minutes later, I've taken in the whole back half of the set, and I'm on my feet, cheering. And because I'm a fan, like everyone is at Musikfest. And Shamar, New Orleans, jazz, trumpet. Another guy holds the audience in the palm of his hand.
100%.
Takes us through a charismatic show.
Yes. And this is one where this is one where often I say the studio recording doesn't do it justice. So if you listen to this and you're like, I don't get what this is, you got to go to the show. You just got to go to the Shamar.
I remember now, Shamar did a show. He was booked on Musikfest 2020, and he did his first Musikfest gig was the virtual year. He did a virtual 20-minute set from us from New Orleans, which was fantastic.
Yeah, and he's full-blown New Orleans, so it's in this video too. So Dance With Me by Shamar Allen.
And you can call my mom and tell her I made it if you hear this on the radio. Don't it feel good? It makes you want to move on. I know. And if you're at the club, at your house, at school, at work, chilling on the couch, I wanna see you roll. Let's go. Dance with me, yeah. Oh,
gets amazing sound out of that trumpet that looks like it's been smashed, like comically small, but it's like it's just so powerful.
He's brilliant on stage.
He really is.
To see this in a Musikfest stage where you can be so close to him and feel that energy right off. It's so much fun.
Yeah. So here he is, Wednesday the 6th, America Plots, 9:30. It's good to put him on late though.
We had him at Plaza Chop one year, and which kind of feels like a club environment when he plays it. But his sound is so big that America Plots will own that.
Absolutely. 2 years ago, he was on Stock Plots.
Yes.
Yeah, and again, just was magical. That was one where friends who I brought into town to see, and I was going to run off to somewhere else. We watched like 45 minutes, and I was like, I got to go to this other stage. So like, have a good time. I'm staying here. And they did.
Friends know what's up.
They did.
Great.
Well, I was just gonna say, you mentioned jazz, but it's a funk, like, I mean, like, I mean, I'm not soul. I mean, it is. Again, we're talking about you're talking about the friends saying that it is magnetic.
Yeah.
Like, that is the thing. He draws you in. There's an audience participation. There's a slight humor to some of that participation where he has a good time with the
that
audience.
Weekend dance song.
Yeah, there's a perfect example. That's a perfect example of a song that delivers every time that he's on stage.
Yep.
And yet the musicianship, stellar.
Yes. And he does we don't often talk about covers on this show, but he does a version of Smells Like Teen Spirit. That is absolutely like a spectacle. Like, it is so much fun. Yeah. Terrific. So there's our 9, 18, 27 picks from if you care what we have to say, but
Math says actually less than 27 because of crossover, but
that's true. That's true.
Which says those are the ones you should underline.
Yeah.
Yes.
Get out your pencils. We did not have.
We all had the Vindies. Well, actually, I wasn't on my list, but in my head, in my heart.
Right, and they were on mine. Like, Boys Go to Jupiter didn't make my list, but I definitely will be there. Like, that's the beauty of the Musikfest is there's so much to offer. You said 441.
Yeah.
441 bands.
Pick 6.
And we had to pick 6.
Thanks, Phil.
Right, and then 3 out of 32 from who's been on the show. So yeah, I make it difficult, but it's worth it. So the last thing we want to do is kind of talk about. Sometimes it comes up as what's the best day of the festival. Like, basically, someone might say, I can only get babysitting one night, or I can only really kind of make time for that type of a commitment for one night. So tell me, the fest goer. What night should I mark on the calendar to make sure I go down? And this year, so we didn't have a Universal on all 3 of our lists band, but we did all have Universal on all 3 of our lists. What was the best night? So, Patrick, you're going to take control of this one.
Okay.
Tell us, what is the best night of the festival in your mind?
Well, really, it's every night. But Thursday, it's whatever night is 79 and sunny in my mind.
That is something else, yes.
That's a hard one to not argue
with,
with,
But if you look at so just going off of like where our conglomerate picks in this very show is Thursday night, August 2nd.
Yeah,
7th.
so we can just kind of... Now, here's the beauty. Remember, every day, starting at noon, going to midnight.
Yep.
This is...
and Thursday night, just on this show alone, we've talked about Fabiola Mendez, we talked about the Vindies, we talked about Jack Wharf Band, we talked about 9 Days. We mentioned the Psychedelics in there, maybe?
Yeah, I mentioned the Psychedelics.
They almost made all of our lists.
They made my sort of honorable mention sort of
right?
category.
And Nick Greeley and the Operators, the Philly-based party. He's got a wildly entertaining stage presence,
100%.
too. The Great White Caps, the Lehigh Valley Surf Rock Band that day, making a rare appearance kind of. Plus, we have this Warped Tour tribute that night that's a lot of fun for that audience. We have a Yacht Lobster show that night, which is a lot of fun if you're looking for the yacht rock. And then we've got the ABBA tribute that night as well, which
is
the
drag show,
one of our favorites. And a drag. This is just
and actually
Thursday in Bethlehem, all for free.
And let's even start at noon with Robbie Lawrence and the Steelworkers Polka Band.
Right.
So you can run the gamut of everything that the fest stands for, from polka to drag, to one of the top like free stage bands to all of the other ones that we are listing as must-see bands. Thursday is a incredibly packed. Take the day off or a half day and just enjoy the whole thing.
All in. It literally was the day we were almost competing for.
Yes,
which is
You're
fine.
so kind to give it to me because
you're responsible for that schedule, so I think you get dibs.
It's a great team.
Yeah, you need to take your flowers.
Shouts real quick to Shayna Super, Ali Pozak, Emily Milkovich, and Ann Sturm, who do a ton of work year round to do that. Also, we have a almost 20-person all volunteer music arts committee that.
This is the day
goes
that
through
Burn
all
the
this stuff.
Jukebox is on too. That's another one to point out.
A great party band as well. Yeah. So
they're on from 3 to 6 or something like that on Fest
just
Pod.
at 3:30 on a Thursday afternoon here in Bethel.
It is so loaded. It is the perfect also wander around day because you were
really
going
is.
to
You'll
stumble
find
into something great.
Yes.
Like it's like so you want to take a taco? Go wander around
Go
and you'll
take a
have those
taco.
moments where you get magnetically pulled in and out of different plots as that happens. It's one of my favorite moments that happens during Music Fest is that sort of like ebb and flow.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like again, you're not going to lose on any of these as far as choices are concerned. I'm still going to say Thursday's the winner, but it's.
I'll say.
But I will say that none of these are bad, and I will also say is the day that is 79 and breezy. Like that's the day you want to come.
Yeah,
whatever day that is.
Bobby Martrich, you need to help us with that.
Yeah, right. I'll say too. One of my favorite sounds of the festival is the fireworks on the last night. Just from a perspective of in this role, obviously getting through another, and knowing that we did it safely, and the community we built over the course of the run of the festival, and all the great experience we were able to create. When those fireworks go off, talk about a sigh of relief.
Absolutely.
Another one in the books.
I almost said a sigh of whiskey. A sigh of relief. A little bit of both. But.
A gallon of whiskey. Let's spend a moment to talk about that. Something else I always applaud the whole festival and the city of Bethlehem, because not only does it take all of you all, but everyone else. Incredibly safe festival, incredibly clean festival. I don't know how you do it, but the porta potties smell just as okay on the last day as the first day.
It takes an army.
Right. Yeah, that's what I mean. Is like people should be. It's a welcoming festival. Like it's all ages. You see toddlers and you see 80-year-olds, and they're all enjoying it together. So it's the kind of thing where everyone is welcome to this, and it's a absolutely special experience that I don't know how you all pull it off, but I'm so glad that you do.
No, it takes this. It takes even beyond the city. It's an incredible collection of public, private, nonprofit, government, federal resources down to city that come together. Northampton County Management, the amount of work that people do all through the year to ensure the safety of everyone in a gathering this size, this open, is tremendous to make sure we can keep doing it.
Yeah. So kudos to the whole crew.
It's an amazing festival as far as what is pulled off logistically. Yep. So kudos. Yeah. I mean, I know it's a bunch of people, but kudos to everybody involved.
Absolutely. And if you can make it down, awesome. And if not, tune into the daily live streams for a little bit of a flavor of it. We're going to close.
One last number I'll say. Over 1,000 volunteers.
That's
and
right.
It could not
literally
could not happen without
absolutely
that number as well. So
absolutely.
Thanks to them. Thanks to and if you're interested to volunteer, on our website.
Absolutely. But one thing I was going to close out here with is the Black Keys. So I've been coming to the festival somewhat aggressively since 2015. Never once did I feel the trade-off of a headliner. Not monetarily, but the amount of time it would take from all of the free stages. It was never worth that trade for me. First time ever, bought tickets to the Black Keys.
I love it.
And the other thing I love about that is I tend to be out of gas by Sunday, so I can just park myself
Sit down.
and not only enjoy the Black Keys, who I've seen before, and now I'm going to be 7th row.
Perfect.
I'm going to get to see the fireworks over the top of it at the end, and I just can't wait for that. But amazing get with the Black Keys, and can't wait to take in the festival. We're basically 47 hours away. So get the countdown going, and we're going to hand it off to Phil back at the Flying V for the rest of the Exordium. But on the way, let's take in some Black Keys. So there you have our must-see bands, best day of the fest. Thank you so much again to Patrick Brogan. Just an incredible opportunity to connect with him. I mean, obviously, as you heard there, he's been working on that over a year. They had Riley Green, who's the opener on Friday night,
agreed to this year's festival a year ago on this day. So like it's a 24 hour a day, 12 months out of the year experience just to get Musikfest to happen. So hopefully you felt that, and we share even more gratitude to what this organization does, all of the employees, all of the volunteers, and everything that goes on around it. So pretty amazing. And important to note, you saw there that our recommendation for best day of the festival, all three of us said, is Thursday, the 7th. So mark that date down, and I'm sure that'll be a day to not be soon forgotten, but pretty awesome stuff. One other thing I wanted to promote there for a quick second before we bring on our next guest, who's right here, but she's my co-host right now. You're not a guest yet. Is the daily live streams that we do each day of the festival. So, we do that there to kind of give you must-see bands at a large scale. So over the 441 bands that are performing, here's kind of the, I pick 9, Patrick picks 9, David picks 9. It all aggregates to whatever, 25 or so bands to make sure you maybe check out beforehand. But if you're going down on Monday and none of those bands are playing, then who should you go see? We take care of that too. Each day of the festival, let me bring up this little graphic here. Each day of the festival, we give you 5 picks of the day. We also talk about any important weather, because sometimes, obviously, there might be threatening storms or not, and so like you may want to get the latest. So we're gonna have Bobby on here in a second to talk about the week. Like at the high level, each day we might be able to give you a little bit of tidbit of do you need an umbrella or don't you. And then we also bring on guests. So you can see here some of the guests already: Abigail Fierce, Gadon, Matt Friedman, Kozer, Mallory Zondag. She's the one who designed the poster this year. And many, many more. So there's usually at least 2 a day that we bring on from Godfrey Daniels. Huge honor to be able to be in Godfrey Daniels each day. And a nice, very they have air conditioning, they have bathrooms, they have fruit, water, and also a place to kind of set up for the week. That's close enough to the festival to be convenient, but not so close to make parking impossible. So the guests usually super appreciate that they kind of have this very easy on, easy off kind of experience to come on the show. So moving on, we're going to get to our next guest here. So let's welcome to the show. Let me make sure I get the right one here. Jennifer Alpha from Lehigh Valley Girls Rock.
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
I warned you there was walk-up music.
Yes.
But unfortunately, it's more sit-there music because I had you walk up before things. But it just makes things a whole lot easier.
Yeah.
But yes, so thank you so much for coming on. I figured there's important things to chat about, a lot of great things going on with the organization.
Absolutely.
And then also there's performances at the festival, so we want to kind of promote all of that. But let's even just start with the national organization. Girls Rock is a national organization and has these kind of local chapters. I don't know if everybody has an awareness of that, so let's just talk about that for a quick second.
Yeah, it's actually an international organization.
Even better.
Yeah. So there are Girls Rock organizations all over the world. We are.
Yeah, just come in a little closer here.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. I just want to make sure we all hear you.
Yeah, we are part of the Girls Rock Camp Alliance, which is an international organization. And what's really cool about having this in the Lehigh Valley is that most girls rock organizations are in big cities. So,
sure, that's true.
Think Seattle, Philadelphia, New York.
And it always has Girls Rock in it, so like you have Girls Rock Philly,
yeah.
Girls Rock New York, Lehigh Valley Girls Rock.
Most of them have retained that as part of their name, and we have as well. But I would say throughout the entire Girls Rock Alliance, everyone has adopted a more gender expansive mission.
Sure. I was going to mention that too, that it's
Yeah.
important to point out that it is not just girls, it's also transgender and non-binary.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And so that is part of our mission as well. And our camp that we have, our youth camp, which we just wrapped up about a week ago, is specifically for girls, trans, and non-binary youth. And we did change the name of the camp in 2022. We had a camper committee to pick a new name for camp. And it used to be called Girls Rock Camp. It's now called Get Loud Camp.
Nice.
And
Excellent.
LOUD stands for Loving Our United Diversity.
Love it.
And that was chosen by the campers.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Terrific.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then talk about the camp. So what happens at that for people who maybe like the biggest important point here is that this is for a place, because if you look at just kind of like historically, girls have been told they're not the front person, or they can't play guitar, they should play bass, they can't play drums, all these things that are like these garbage rules around things that we need to erase. This allows it to be where there obviously can't be any of that in the way, to let anybody explore anything they want, regardless of what their current experience or talent level is.
That's right. So no experience necessary to participate in any of our programs. For our youth camp, campers come to camp. It's ages 10 to 17. As I mentioned, girls, trans, and non-binary youth.
Yep.
They learn to play an instrument. They don't need experience. We teach them what they need to know at camp.
Yep.
Form a band, write a song, play a show, all in a week. And what that really means is about 6 band practices.
Yeah.
Because in between, you're also doing workshops on self-care, community justice.
Yeah. It's so wonderful.
Social justice, community building, those kinds of things. And so it is just a place where people can learn that their greatest power really is in being themselves.
Sure.
And that they can explore new things and try things out, make mistakes, not feel self-conscious, feel supported, have a positive environment that's really nurturing and enriching.
Yeah.
And that's what we aim to do every year. And this was our 12th annual camp.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty cool thing.
Absolutely. And they also do band names, t-shirt designs, and all sorts of awesome fun stuff that helps them understand kind of like what it means to be in a band.
That's right. Yeah, we have every band gets a band photo shoot. They get a name for their band. They name their song, of course.
But some of the band names should be like they're just so brilliant and
they're
awesome.
so good. Yeah. And then Lehigh Valley Apparel Creations has been a supporter since the first camp and provides us with all the screen printing supplies, and then also prints just runs of the band t-shirts that the campers design, the logos.
Yep.
But they get to screen print their own, but then we also get a bunch that we're able to like sell to families and things like that.
Love it, absolutely. And then it all culminates to a performance from the end of the camp.
Yes.
But then some people also perform at Musikfest.
Yeah, so this will be our 3rd year performing at Musikfest, and I do agree with you that Thursday is the best day because that's also the day that
How about that?
LVGR is performing.
Add it to the list.
Yes, absolutely. We will be at Plaza Tropical at noon. So we're really grateful for this opportunity. This is our 3rd year that we've been invited to participate.
Yep.
And what's really cool about this is that we don't necessarily just pick a band from camp and have them perform.
Mm-hmm.
We form a brand new band of campers.
Oh, wow.
And they typically only have a few weeks to get it together so they can perform at Musikfest. And so we're always super duper proud of them.
Yep.
This year the time frame is even shorter than normal. So we're actually going to have last year's band that performed at Musikfest come back.
Okay.
They're 14 to 16 years old and they've continued to be a band.
Mm-hmm.
We do we call it Get Loud Club. It's like an after school type club.
Right.
During the fall and winter. Starts in summer, right around Musikfest time.
Right.
And it comes with mentorships. We loan gear. We find other performance opportunities in the community for them. We've performed at Lehigh Valley Pride, 11 Fest at the public library.
Love that one.
All those things.
Yep.
And so we mentor them through the winter. But then this particular band stayed together and has been trying to play some music throughout this year, and so they're going to come back and play, and then we're hoping we can get one of our brand new after school club bands to also split the set.
So cool. And you get people involved also, other female musicians from the community to be either counselors or trainers, teachers, whatever. It's such a wonderful experience and such a kind of like supportive, loving community that it's just an amazing thing what you all are doing. So kudos to you all. And one last thing I want to do here is bring up the website so that people can learn a little bit more about the organization, Lehigh Valley Girls Rock. So it's lvgirlsrock.org. And this is where they can come to learn about things because in addition to, you talked about up to 17 years old is the camp, adult females can learn how to be a musician as well. So there's adult stuff, there's other events, there's ways to donate time or money or both. So there's all sorts of stuff here to make sure you can learn more about the organization and be able to support it however you possibly can. But unfortunately, we got a lot of things going on here. But definitely tell us one more time when the performance is at Musikfest. So it's Thursday,
August 7th at noon at Plaza Tropicana.
Love it, love it, love it, love it. Thank you again for joining us tonight and for sharing everything that you have going on at Lehigh Valley Girls Rock.
We appreciate the support.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
thank you. So we're going to now talk about the weather with Bobby Martrich. Come on in. Actually, so this is one where I could actually do it as true walk-up music, but I want you to hear your walk-up music. So yeah, come on up here, because you normally pick your song, and I'm always super nervous because Metallica has been known to be very particular about who's allowed to use their music.
Correct.
So I don't ever want to take a chance with the live stream getting shut down, but let me know if you like this one. I picked it on my own, and I think you're going to love it. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Bobby Martrich. Let me make sure I picked the right one. It's this one. So there is The Weatherman by Dead Sarah. So I was just trying to find cool walk-up music that's somewhat correlated to the guest. So I just put in Weatherman. That song came on. I was like, holy shitballs, that's amazing. The riff was killer. And then I listened to like 5 other songs. I want to reach out to Dead Sarah to come on the show because I found my next favorite band trying to pick walk-up music for Bobby Martrich.
Love it. Love it.
So what'd you think? Did you like it?
I do.
So we're going to keep that one as yours. That's going to be dialed in at this point. And Dead Sarah, we're reaching out. Bobby.
Yes, sir.
I owe a massive apology.
Why?
I keep calling it EPAWA.
Yeah.
So it's EPAWA.
So every single forecast video I do,
you say it.
I say.
I listen to it.
EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martrich here with your outlook for July 30th, 2025. That's
it's so true. And I listen to it pretty regularly and blasted right through it with my stubbornness and kept saying it the wrong way. So
it's actually we started off originally as Eastern PA Weather Authority.
Right.
So
Eastern
that was
PA.
Right. That was
Weather
a recognizable
Authority.
name. So when we went
Not
to
EPAWA.
Weather Consulting,
right,
we kept the EPAWA name.
Yep.
But it doesn't stand for anything really anymore. Now it's just the legal name was changed to EPAWA Weather Consulting LLC.
It just leaves someone like me to get it wrong.
Yeah, that's all right. Everybody does that. It's fine. It's fine.
I've been wrong 4 straight years, and he still keeps coming back.
As
God
long
bless
as
you,
I'm
Bobby.
not wrong with the weather forecast, I think.
And
we're
let me
okay,
tell you
right?
what, you have been 1,000% dialed in every year. Now, part of it is that you do say, hey, here's this thing, this or this might happen. But normally, as we lead up to it, you kind of get both. Like, a lot of times, when you're certain, it's on. And when you're not quite certain, it's only because there's a lot of variables in play.
Right.
And usually, they're all in play. So it's
most
like-
people understand that weather is a probability thing.
Yeah.
Probability based instead of deterministic, which is
Sure.
if A, then B.
Yep.
Some people don't understand that because they were probably skipping.
And they
that
happen
in
to be
high school.
all on Twitter.
It's all on Twitter, yes.
I listen to those comments sometimes. I'm like, my goodness.
Facebook, Twitter, whatever. But
Yeah,
it's
it's
I
brutal.
understand that. They're probably,
Haters.
instead of being at a probability and statistics class in high school, they were in the bathroom smoking or
Right, exactly.
whatever.
Yeah, 100%.
They missed that part.
Yes.
But I digress. But yes. So I have some pretty good idea of how this is going to go this year.
Yes, let's talk about it. Let's get right in.
This has been, I do the long range every single Friday.
Right.
Every single do a long range outlook.
Yeah, I held off. I wanted to wait for this moment.
This was foreseen for a while. This isn't like, oh wow, it's going to be nice next week. No, what happened?
Right.
We knew this for a while, so it was just a matter of timing, and unfortunately, for preview night, it's going to be a little dicey.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that. So that is
feel so bad about. And I mean, Megan Maroney's a sellout. People are so excited. I'm just like, oh, please, can it hold off until like 10? Like, do they have it? Can we just push it back slightly?
And that's what I'm getting from like Patrick Brogan.
Yeah.
He's had him on earlier before. He's they had a candlelight vigil. trying to
Ouija
get
boards.
trying to do some voodoo magic to get
That's
us
right.
away.
We need some New Orleans.
As long as there's no lightning within 8 miles, we can keep it going. It would just if it's rain, it's not. Gonna be the
I get
best.
that. Yes,
It's not
and
the
people will
best.
still probably enjoy that.
Right.
They'd rather it be less than that, but yeah,
it is the preview night. I know it's a sold out venue, and congratulations to them on that too. That's
100%.
amazing.
And then
So-
the next night's sold out too. So
It is.
preview night and Friday night both already sold
So
out.
from Friday night through at least Wednesday, it's going to be sun. It's going to be low humidity. It's going to be temperatures on either side of 80 degrees, maybe
Oh my
lower
gosh.
80s at worst. I mean, you can't ask for a better.
No, they're going to break
first two
all
of the
sorts
actual
of records.
fest.
Right.
Forget preview night.
Yeah, skip
actual
Thursday.
Fest.
Actual fest.
I mean, Thursday is not. If we can get through it, we can.
Yeah.
It's just a
So
matter
is
of
it
lightning.
lightning or is it not? Or,
Lightning is if as long as it could be pouring rain. It
right, but the
doesn't-
prediction, is it going to be a thunderstorm or is it just rain?
There could be, yes.
Could be, okay.
So
we don't
as
know
long
yet.
as we get past that,
Right.
maybe it's earlier in the evening.
Yeah, then people
and
just dance in the
when
rain.
she comes on, right, and there is a potential for heavy rain that day.
Right.
But after that,
The only
I
funny
mean,
thing about
it's-
that is it will also make it a slop fest for the rest of
Yeah.
the week, but whatever.
It
The
will.
flies will be out. It'll be like Woodstock 92 or whatever that was.
It is.
So you're saying basically from Friday, August 1st, through to Wednesday, what would that be?
At
the
least
5th or
Wednesday. It
6th?
might even be longer than that. I don't
Yeah.
want to jump to that yet.
No, I
but
got you.
The further you go out in time, the
Most
less-
times you do give us like first half, I feel pretty good about. It's this. Second half, here's your probabilities.
Right.
But
second
you're even
half-
saying this pleasant, low humidity, low temperatures might last into Thursday and beyond.
It might.
It's
once we get into the last weekend of the fest, it gets a little dicey because that's going out too far.
Crystal ball is a little fuzzy.
Right, it's still a little fuzzy there, but once you get, I know up through Wednesday we're okay.
Right.
The opening ceremonies on Friday night should be good to go.
Awesome.
Might have a leftover shower in the morning, and then after that point, clouds give away to sun. We're actually getting an award that night. You know that?
Who's getting an award?
Supposedly, they're giving some kind of award, like.
EPAWA Weather Consulting?
I guess.
I need an award because I got it right for the first time.
I don't know. It could be anything.
Look, and people are tuning in. They're saying they follow Bobby on YouTube.
They do. So, yeah, we have, I think, about
and they're looking forward to it.
16,400 followers on YouTube, something
Yeah,
like
let's
that.
talk
It's
about
not-
that. Let's promote your thing. So people can be part of your, obviously you can have subscribers, but they can even dial right into you for the My Pocket Meteorologist.
Yes.
So let's bring up your
that's
site.
That's a big thing in wintertime.
Correct.
Everybody cares about how much snow you'll get, ice.
Here it
so
is.
we're doing specific timing of this. So, you know,
EPAWAweather.com.
you look at your phone apps, right? They'll say, oh, yeah, you know, X, whatever time is going to say different, you know, we're going to get this happen at this time, but it's never right?
Right.
So we're going to break it down for you, give you the exact time frames when you expect it to start.
Look at that hat.
Yeah, hey, look at it. Yeah, next favorite band, that's it. The word on the last video. You know, free plug there to our regular sponsor on Tuesday too. But
There you go.
look at that hat though.
Bam.
Yeah, there it is.
Your next favorite band. We got all sorts of merch. You can come by, t-shirts, hats.
Absolutely.
Anyway, so yeah, let's go back to your stuff going on.
Yeah, so I think you know, if overall we're looking good. The My Pocket Meteorologist program is mainly for the winter, but people have it for year-round stuff too. They're mostly concerned about the snow, how much snow you're going to get, what time is going to stop for your particular area. That's the most important thing in order to plan around that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the biggest thing is the timing.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, how much snow are we going to get? Well, okay, we're going to get X. You can get that from an app.
Right.
We're going to give you exact start times, exact end times, how much you can get for your specific location, not who cares what Wilkes-Barre you're getting if you're not there.
Well, if
right?
you're predicting lightning within an 8-mile radius, you're getting hyper focused on the you know, what's happening in a given
absolutely.
yeah.
So we do the same thing for the Philadelphia Phillies.
Yeah, and let's point that out. Like, so you are the official meteorologist for ArtsQuest.
For ArtsQuest,
You're the official meteorologist for the Phillies.
Well, one of them. They have Major League Baseball has other sources they have available to them, but we are their sole consultation source.
Right. But I guess you want to dial into this on the My Pocket Meteorologist because lots of very large organizations are relying on you and your expertise in this area. And the last thing that I always bring up, because this was how I learned about you, was you predicted Superstorm Sandy more than a week out. And so I bought a generator because of you. And
that was
it
more
saved,
luck than skill.
It's definitely not. It definitely is not. We could bring up the tapes because you went through all of the. I remember the videos where you were like, "Hey, this is what's coming up. And I think it will happen, and here's why. Like, you were giving all this very cool science behind, hey, by the way, this storm's going to take a total left turn, but here's why it's actually plausible. And not only that,
we did do that.
And it was amazing. And
but
I was just like,
as far as 8 days out, that was getting lucky. So when we got into like 4 days or less, then it was like, okay, we know it's hitting, and even though the National Weather Service doesn't really have it left hooking yet, I think it will.
I remember you saying that. You're like, the next day, you're like, okay, now they're going to start talking about it.
We can see where things are
did.
now. We're like, okay, well, obviously it's not going to go through the high pressure. It's got to go one way, and it's going to be to the Jersey Shore. So that was a little easy.
Well, thank you for helping me buy a generator before they all sold out for months at a clip. But anyway, Bobby, that is excellent news. I'm sure, other than the Megan Maroney show, ArtsQuest is doing cartwheels at this point.
I'm wearing a golf hat today because I golfed this morning.
Nice.
I shot a +5 in 9 holes, which isn't terrible, right?
Nice. Well done.
So, I'm looking at this week ahead going, I want to golf again because it'd be phenomenal weather, and I can't because music. But that's okay.
That is anyway, well, I will hope to see you down at the festival. Enjoy,
yes,
and hopefully you get to. You spend most of your time down by the Americaplatz stage.
Southside mostly, but I'm walking around the Northside. Sometimes, like I'll be there for the opening ceremonies because of that award. Marcinson Award is what it's called.
Well, congratulations on that.
We're getting that, which is very nice of ArtsQuest to recognize us. But other than that, I'm gonna walk around the Northside, but mostly spending time on the South Side of the main stage shows.
Lots of great shows on there, so definitely
absolutely.
I will see you at some point through that time frame. But thank you again for all that you do,
of course,
and for your expertise and for coming on the show. Bobby Martrich, EPAWA Weather Consulting. Give him a follow, and you won't regret it. Thank you so much.
All right.
We're going to welcome to the show now John Moser, and we're going to give him some walk-up music here. Welcome to the show, John Moser, Lehigh Valley News.com. Do I got that one right?
That's right.
Okay. Your music there, just because I figure people don't always know it, but it's always got a hook. That song was called Newsman Bluesman. How about that?
I don't know it. So
well, there you go. But it's now is your official walk-up music. Thank you again for coming on the show.
Well, thank you for
having me. It was an honor to have you last year. It's an honor to have you this year. I talk about this all the time. I was, a newly kind of... transplant from wherever else I lived to Lehigh Valley, region, going to Musikfest and needing guidance, and would pull up the morning call and look at what you called the picks of the plots.
Yep.
And I was like, what the hell's a plot? Plots? And who are these bands? But at least it was a place for me to start. And then as time went on, and now I do a show, I was like, I wanted to kind of continue that tradition. So I hope you don't mind, but I kind of picked up the same name and do the picks of the plots like we talked about before, as I do it each day over at Godfrey Daniels. And it was somewhat because it was such a help for me that I was like, maybe other people want and need that kind of just a suggestion. You might hate it or love it or whatever, but, at least it's something where when you're looking at 441 bands over 10 days and, 15 free stages. So at any given moment, what direction should you walk in?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that was, like I said, it was such a helpful thing for me and an honor to have you on to talk about it.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate that. Yeah, I always viewed it as an informative thing. Of course, I give my opinion, but people can reject that pretty easily. But hopefully it informs them as well.
Absolutely, yeah. So now, Deputy Director at Lehigh Valley, or is it even?
I'm actually news director.
News director, yeah. Congratulations!
Thank you. April, I think I was promoted. So
very cool, very very cool. And it is a great service that you provide. Lehigh Valley News doesn't do a paywall, and I hear you always talk about it. Kind of never will, which is great, so that people can kind of go and get the news that they want to learn more about. And be able to kind of just learn what's going on in the valley.
Yeah, and our I think I told you this last time I was on, but our the concept of us is get more local. That was our catchphrase, and we still today want to do that. We want to be the local source of news, and let other people gladly do the national news. We'll tell you what's happening in your neighborhoods.
That's awesome. It's exactly what I would want from that for sure. So I think it's exactly the plan that I would recommend for anybody. So with that though. kind of ties to the Musikfest side of things.
Absolutely.
Are you someone who's been able to? How many Musikfests have you been to? What is it? 43 now, I think it is. Is the 43rd year?
This is the 42nd year.
42nd year.
Of Musikfest, and I have been, I believe this will be my 27th.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, and for part of and I'm giving myself the reasoning here is because part of that I was working in North Carolina and didn't wasn't able to.
Couldn't come back for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so anything that you kind of either have as like a reflection on over that time frame, things you've seen change, different, better, worse, whatever. Like, how are you perceiving kind of like the evolution of the festival over the years?
Yeah, I think, at least the last decade, since the steel stage, since Steel Stacks was built, I think that probably was for me the point at which the festival became sort of the on the level of things like South by Southwest or other large festivals. They were certainly bringing in a far more high quality type of performer. The breadth has, they've gone from something like 8 or 9 stages to 16.
Yep.
The breadth of the festival has grown, and I think that, I would put Musikfest up against pretty much any festival.
Agreed, 100%. Yeah, whenever I mention it to people that it's 15 free stages, 1 paid stage, over 10 days from noon to midnight every day, like people are like, wait, what? Like, why have I never heard of this thing? I'm like, I don't know, come check it out. But I agree with you. It's such a stellar experience and offering. But talk to us about this year. So you have a couple of kind of your picks for must see. You heard Patrick Brogan and myself and David all kind of share ours, but you had some overlap and some brand new ones.
Yeah, my complaint about Patrick is that he stole so much of my thunder that I don't know what I'm like.
Well, you've got plenty.
So I want to talk about some of the free stage headliners, the big ones, obviously.
Yeah.
9 Days.
Yeah.
There was a time when, and not that long ago, that 9 Days, was at the top of the charts and was. Not only selling records, but selling concert tickets as well.
Absolutely.
And I think they probably still can.
Yeah.
And the fact that they are here and you're seeing them live, the story of a girl, great song.
Absolutely.
That's I think that's a not miss show, especially for people who grew up in the mid 2010s.
Mm-hmm.
Great act.
Yep.
The
MKTO was the other one you had.
MKTO. That song "Classic" was huge.
Huge.
And and I think so. MKTO. I saw them open for a band called Emblem 3, which was a boy band.
Yeah.
At TLA in Philadelphia, and when I did review, I said in my review that MKTO was the better band because they had a deeper depth to their music.
Sure.
They had sort of the R&B influence to it. And that song "Classic," if you listen to it today, it's still a really good song.
100%.
And so I think that's another must-see show.
Yeah.
But my favorite show of the free stages this year is Augustana.
Yes, 100%.
And here's why. So when Augustana came out, Boston was a huge hit, and then I can't think of the other one. Something in Low.
Sweet and Low.
Sweet and Low. Yeah, thank you. And then they sort of dropped off the radar a little.
Sure.
I think they did their best work after that. They had a song called Ash and Amber, which was amazing.
Yeah.
They had a song called Steal Your Heart, which is better than anything they've ever done.
Yeah. No, I think they had 6 total albums.
Yeah.
And exceptional musicians. So we talked about it in our section with Patrick. We took those 3 bands that you just mentioned kind of off the table, saying we called them Musikfest Magic because every year they always get at least 3 bands that you're surprised are a free experience. And so we said let's just highlight these three. So we played a little bit from each one. So if you kind of happen to either miss it or if you're kind of only tuning into this section, go check out either their catalog, each one of those three, or the section we play kind of like their big hit of each one. Because most people who I'm talking about these bands, they're like, oh, I don't know them, and I play the track and they're like, oh, I know that song. And it's like you know the songs. You definitely know the songs of these three bands.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they are all definitely worth seeing. But I agree with you, Augustana is a little bit of a notch above the other two.
Absolutely. Augustana opened for Counting Crows on the main stage years ago. I have paid to see Augustana at Musikfest Cafe, and at several other large venues. I have that kind of investment in that band. I like them that much. The lead singer Dan Leas, who is the only original member, because it's sort of like
absolutely.
He did everything.
Yeah.
But he's such a he's like Dylan Jr. type of thing.
100%. Yeah, I think you're right.
And I just think that they're so talented that I think people should make time to go see that.
Agreed. And I think too, it's easy to remember. So each one of them is on consecutive nights at 9:30 on Amerikaplatz, 9 days on Thursday the 7th, MKTO on Friday the 8th, and then Augustana on Saturday the 9th. So again, 7th, 8th, 9th, you can see these three bands, 9:30 at night, for free on that Steel Stacks Amerikaplatz stage. So easy to remember. And leading into that second half, I look at the lineup just in general, and it's kind of good, and then from Tuesday on, it's a rocket ship of awesome.
Right, yeah.
I find every day to be extremely packed, and then the Thursday, the day that 9 Days is playing, you could go down, and you heard us talk about it, is like we all three of us picked it as best day of the festival. You can start right at the beginning with Robbie Lawrence and the Steelworkers at noon with the classic polka music. Move on into Burn the Jukebox, which is a party band, at 3:30 in the afternoon, and then continue on from there to my favorite pick of bands I've never seen before. The Vindies is on that night. Jack Wharf, which is one of my favorite bands who's been on the show before. We just talked about 9 Days. We talked about Fabiola Mendez, and it all leads into the drag show is that night. So you can really run the gamut of everything Musikfest has to offer, all on that one day, and it's a really special day.
I'm glad you mentioned the Vindies. I saw them. I had the pleasure of seeing them on the Levitt Pavilion free stage last year, and that's a show that you should see. They have such a broad influence of music, broad range of music.
Yep.
They have played with symphonic orchestras and pulled it off because they are so talented. And so, that's a must-see as well.
Yeah. And back to the polka music.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so glad that they haven't let that go. So you have Robbie Lawrence, who's keeping it going. You have Polkadelphia, who's they're very, very good. And then you wanted to talk about Jimmy Sturr.
Jimmy Sturr is an 18-time Grammy winner in the polka category, which will never be beaten because the Grammys have removed polka as a category.
So he is locked in as the greatest of all time.
But he deserves it. If there is, there are polka people who real polka fans point to as sort of the Mount Rushmore of polka, but Jimmy Sturr belongs on there. He's that talented.
You don't win 18 Grammys by not being incredible at your craft. And you kind of owe it to the festival, if you're a lover of Musikfest, to go down and catch some polka. Go grab a sausage, get a beer, sit down and listen to the polka music, and then go do whatever else you really like to do. But you kind of, I think, owe it to the honor of the festival to go and capture some polka, because that's what the whole festival was founded on.
Absolutely. I was about to say that in case people don't know, when the founding years of Musikfest, the weighted genre was polka. I mean, there was more polka than any other genre in the first few years. And then, in the history, as we talked about how it now has become so big and how it has become a broader festival, that has been diluted. But there's polka in there every year, and it's good polka. And like you said, it pays tribute to the history of the festival.
Yeah. And then headliners. Anybody on the headliner side you want to highlight? I'm personally, you heard me say it at the end of that set. It's the first headliner I've ever purchased tickets for. Is the Black Keys. I've never thought to trade off not just the funds but also the time that would be lost going to free stages. So the Black Keys are the first time I'm actually going to see a headliner during the Musikfest days.
So I think people will be surprised that my choices are so weighted toward country this year, and also so weighted toward the beginning of the festival. But Megan Maroney is, kudos to the bookers of Musikfest, because they got her at like precisely the right time.
Sure.
She is blowing out amazingly.
Yep.
And I in my picks on Monday, we on our website we ran my picks, and I said that I see her sort of dipping a toe into the pop world, and I would not be surprised at all if she wins a much broader audience. She's that hot right now.
Absolutely. Is there anyone who so like this is funny because I think you and I were of similar mind last year and then became of similar mind afterwards. You and I both sat here and thought that the best of that gathering was Greta Van Fleet last year.
Yeah.
We'll get back to them in a second. This year, who do you think is like kind of best of the lineup, headliner or otherwise? Who are you most excited about?
Oh God! Well, I just went off on Augustana, but that's a personal thing. I really love that.
That's awesome.
That style of music.
I was hoping you'd say that. Yeah.
I have been persuaded to Megan. I think she's really she's a must see, because people are going to say, "Hey, I saw her when at Musikfest."
I agree.
Riley Green, another country act that
another one that's sold out.
I think that they got him at precisely the right time too. I think he's big and getting bigger. I think he has a much more of a country roots than Megan will over the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's broad enough that people really like him, and I think that's going to be a big show. And of course, Darius Rucker. You can't. This will be. I think his 4th solo time, and then he played twice with Hootie and the Blowfish.
That's awesome.
And every time, I think I've seen every one of the concerts, and every time he has put on a great show. So that's a can't miss.
Yeah. Well, we can talk about Greta Van Fleet another time, because I don't think we thoroughly enjoyed their performance. I think the one thing I'll mention about your write-up afterwards was what summed it up for me was you said it was something like the 9-song, 2-hour and 7-minute set, and that was all I needed to hear. That was why I wasn't enjoying it. But anyway, the thing that we can use as a transition here is opener for Darius Rucker is right here with us. I'm going to put on the walk-up music. I hope it's enough time for me to move the light, the camera, and the microphone, because I didn't bring. I shouldn't say I didn't bring. I don't no longer have doubles of anything. So I'm going to move things, and hopefully I don't lose any sound or wires.
Can I jump in with 15 seconds?
Do it.
Kendall Conrad is who's coming up. She's the opener for Darius Rucker. I have been covering Kendall Conrad for more than a decade, so choose to believe what you will about my abilities to see talent, but I found her.
Absolutely. All right, so now we're going to bring on Kendall Conrad, because most people say this. Get to the music, Phil.
Yeah.
So let's get to some music. And let's enjoy some Kendall Conrad.
What seat do you want me in?
Gonna find my way to the top. No, I ain't gonna stop. Till I shoot up and spit you out. No one around to save you now. If you throw me to the wolves.
And in between the songs.
Okay. Hopefully this doesn't slide and stays.
So we are all set, and you can play.
What so proudly we
So, thank you so much for being on the show, Kendall.
Thanks for
let's
having me.
let's describe first why we did the national anthem
Yes,
to start
it's
there.
an interesting choice. So I was telling you earlier.
We haven't had that done on the show before.
Really? So
No.
I'm the first.
You are the first, and also we're honored because we're becoming one of your 50
Yes.
for the year.
Yes. So I'm on this mission to sing the national anthem at 50 times
Right.
for this year, for 2025. So that was anthem performance number 46.
We'll
yes.
take it.
So thank you
No,
for
thank
having
you.
me, being a part of this journey.
Yeah,
that I'm
because
on.
it was in my notes in preparation to talk about this was something you wanted to do.
Yeah.
And when you came in, you're like, can I sing the anthem so you'll be one of my 50? I'm like, hell yeah, let's do
Oh,
that.
like I'm honored. So thank you so much.
That's awesome.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
But is there any, is there a holy grail location of there where you want to sing it?
So Dodger Stadium, I did sing at Dodger Stadium.
Yeah,
like
really?
that was also because it's the largest, I believe, out of all the ballparks, and I think it's the oldest. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
the
yeah.
largest and the
Oh,
oldest.
yeah, that's been around
56,000
a while.
people it holds at capacity.
so cool.
Yeah, so I did do Dodger Stadium. I did the Lakers.
Wow.
Yeah, I've done a lot of really cool sporting events, sporting teams.
Amazing.
Yeah, I feel like my holy grail is gonna be the Phillies.
Yeah.
Just because it's the hometown and I'm
Yeah.
trying real hard.
We got to make that happen, Phillies.
Yeah, I would love to send
So,
the bank. And,
just real quick, tell us a little bit more about your backstory, kind of your catalog, and then when people can catch you at the festival.
Yeah, so the last song that I played was one that I wrote, and it's called "Come to Your Senses," so it's on Spotify and Apple and all those things. If you like it and you want to listen to it. But yeah, so I got my very first opening act for a headlining national artist here in Lehigh Valley at Musikfest Cafe, Phil Vassar.
Very cool.
I think I was 20, 21. I don't even know if I could drink
Yeah.
at that point, but I begged and begged, and I was like, please let me play. I'm not qualified at all, but I think I can. I've never done this before.
But it was good, brute honesty.
Yeah, and I was like, just give me a shot.
Yeah.
I
Did you also sing with Keith Urban?
I did.
Yeah,
At Musikfest.
at Musikfest.
Yes, I think it's been a long time, 10 years.
That was
maybe?
super cool.
Yeah, and it was cool of him to
Mhm.
let me come up on stage for hometown
Right.
crowd. That was huge.
Yeah,
that was
absolutely.
here.
And so you're a local musician here, kind of in this pop country kind of pocket, and writing originals, obviously doing some covers, and going to be
Yeah.
performing at Musikfest Saturday and Tuesday.
Saturday, and then opening for Darius on Sunday, and then you're right, Tuesday.
Yeah.
Historic Bethlehem side.
Nice.
Like the big stage
The
in the
north
middle of
side,
in the middle of the street. So
Awesome.
that
Yeah,
would have been the
and,
Main Street stage. That would be. I was searching for the name of that stage.
Yeah, it needs. I said this to them all the time. I was like, you need some plots branding for that. If they're all plots this, plots that, and then Main Street. It's like what?
Yeah, it's
Give it a
confusing.
plots.
Yeah, like Lyric Plots is the one that's on Saturday, which
Yeah.
I love because
It
I
is.
love lyrics.
It's a
so
very, very cool
it's
thing.
a
Yeah, and
very
that's
well
also
named.
in the cinemas, which
Right.
sounds like, according to Bobby Martrich, it won't be hot where you need the air conditioning, but still never a bad idea to have a nice seat and the air conditioning and listening to some great music. So
It's the best. It's the absolute best, and it doesn't matter if it rains. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
And so on the bottom of the screen are the dates and times and the locations of
right.
your performances.
Awesome.
Can you play us one more?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Should I do Leader of the Pack? Which one should I do?
Yeah, I mean that's kind of your
My staple?
anthem, and
Yes.
that was your walk-up music.
Yeah,
so.
that's my favorite song that I've ever written.
It's very cool.
So
Yeah, let's do it then.
Awesome.
ladies and gentlemen, Kendall Conrad. We will bring on Gerard Longo. We're going to add a second camera because that other one is so perfectly placed.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Should I put the headphones on under my sheriff's hat? I think that might be the move, but it's kind of.
Camera, and that should help us. Does that help us? Let's try. Anyway, go ahead. So we're talking about that Gerard has released a book and is like on a tour of speaking at various events to help people with branding.
Yeah, and you notice when we started talking about me and not the Northside Sheriff, I took the shades off. But just got to delineate. But
right, yeah, it's kind of like Clark Kent.
Yeah, you know, I have to say, like, we got off to the races with the Musikfest conference last year. That was my first time speaking on the topic of branding in a music industry conference context ever. And I am so thankful to ArtsQuest for hosting that conference last year and for giving me the opportunity to do that. And like, that has just turned into so many opportunities. You know, I had a chance in March to do South by Southwest for the first time. Actually, because of the Musikfest conference, I decided to write the book because I needed something for my closing slide, a call to action people could take. And I was about to work in the the festival for.
So you were calling to action to yourself.
Yeah.
Rather than, you know, if you're going to ask other people to do it, you have to do it yourself. So that was good by you.
It was a call to action for me. Like, I couldn't, use that last closing slide on my presentation to enroll clients because I was about to be working Musikfest for a week and a half.
Right.
So I'm like, I guess I'm finally writing the book. And then I just went through and just listed out things I felt I could write about. And I had 60 plus things, so it became 60 plus lessons from the creative journey. And
How many exactly?
It's 64. Nice. 65 if you count the forward, which is lesson 0. So Lesson 0 is my favorite lesson in the book, by the way. I'm not going to give it away here.
Yeah, buy the book.
But yes, buy the book.
Can they get it signed?
Yeah, they can get it signed. Actually, you can get it on Ingram Spark, Amazon, and the trunk of my car. So if you're running into me while I'm in town, I always have that thing on me. But I just was like, okay, let me do this. And I created the artwork, put it on Amazon for the pre-order. And then I looked after the conference and I had a couple pre-orders. I'm like, all right, now I got to write the book.
Yeah.
This actually has to exist. People paid for it.
Yeah.
And so
that's funny.
And so I gave myself 6 months from
impressive though to sell something that didn't exactly exist yet.
Yeah. And then so I gave myself 6 months from the end of August when I knew I'd be able to start it. It released February 25th. I got to have that in the South by Southwest bookstore, do a signing there. Like it's been just
how much of an awesome thing is that?
It's been a beautiful year, Phil. Like I've been at this for 12 years since starting the Quinn Spin, which if you don't know is my podcast. It started this whole UMC.
Two ends and Quins, 2 ends and spin.
Yes, exactly. That's the song you heard as I walked up. That's the opening theme song. Revel 9's All I've Become. And this is the year I always dreamed of having. And I say that with no sense of irony or sarcasm or exaggeration. Like I knew, we started, the blog as Lehigh Valley Underground here right in Bethlehem.
Yep.
And when I decided I was going to go to Nashville, I didn't want to make it location specific because I wanted to be able to build these pipelines at different markets, connect these different ecosystems. And so Underground Music Collective became the name. And to see that taking shape, to see us, being able to touch and reach all these different markets, of course, Austin, of course, Nashville, back here in the Lehigh Valley, been up to Canada a couple times in the past year.
Yeah, I remember seeing that, yeah.
Got to go to London in June.
London, yeah, it's outstanding. Is that South by Southwest?
London,
yeah.
So it's the first.
It's cool to know, I didn't know they even had international branding themselves, so that's really cool.
Yeah, it's the first one they did in London was this year, and they've been doing it in Sydney, Australia for a few years, but... I got to go over there and just check out the lay of the land. We're working on some cool stuff potentially with them for 2026. And it's just like, it's finally breaking through. And I am so grateful for that. And, honestly, I have to say I'm grateful to Musikfest and I'm grateful to ArtsQuest because this organization has given me every single first opportunity I've ever had in this industry.
Sure.
And without that, I don't know where I'd be. And so I come home every August, and I am proud to be a part of this organization, a part of this festival, and be over on the Northside holding it down.
Yeah, absolutely. So if things are, one thing we always do talk about on this show is how incredibly clean and safe this festival is, that day 10 is just as vibrant as day 1, and by that I mean the porta potties.
I feel us transitioning.
Yes. Yeah, there you go. So like the festival is very, very clean and safe, and it's testament to you. Like you make sure personally that fest plot stage is where people aren't on anybody's shoulders and so on and so forth, because people can make some bad decisions, especially if you involve mind-altering things.
A couple of libations.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right. And you want people to have a good time.
Yeah.
You just want them to do it in a safe way.
Absolutely.
And so you're doing a great job there.
Thank you.
The one thing I wanted to also make sure that we touch on. So anything to share with that?
Don't
get on anybody's shoulders.
Don't get on anyone's shoulders. Don't cross the sheriff. But seriously, it's the work of a great team. I stepped into this role. I started coming back to work Musikfest in 2021 and ended up, taking over the Northside supervisor's role in 2022.
Sure.
And I was jokingly calling myself the Northside sheriff. I'm like, haha, the new sheriff's in town.
Right.
About halfway through, I realized the scope of what I was dealing with as a supervisor. I'm like, all right, all right, this is a big responsibility, and I wear that with pride, but it's not just me. I mean, I've got an amazing deputy sheriff, you could call him, and Phil Jacques, who's been there with me for a couple of years now. We've got the whole BCM security team who comes in and helps us out. The operations team, I mean, these guys and gals have been there for years and years and years, getting this festival down to the centimeter as far as where the tents are in the ground and making sure everything's so upkept throughout the festival. I have to give a big shout out to Ray Neeb, Steve Ott, Eric Bowder, Jacob Bodai, the whole team over on the north side with me, Emily Kosas. They do such an amazing job making sure every detail's buttoned up. The volunteers, my guy Paul Fisner, he's been a volunteer since 1984. He's my Master Yoda. Anytime I get stumped, I go to either him or Steve Ott. I'm like, what do I do? And they always have the answer. It's like, thank you.
Yep, absolutely.
It's not just me. I might be very publicly proud of the job and proud of the job that we do, and now it's started making its way on even on ArtsQuest social media where they're calling me the sheriff.
I saw that. That was so awesome.
which thank you, marketing department, for not editing what I sent you. But like, I love it. I love it. I love the people. I love the organization. It means the world to me. And no matter where I go in the world, I will always come back. I will always come back here because this organization, this festival,
and the town.
Yep.
Special place.
I mean, Musikfest brought me back to Bethlehem. When I worked my first one in 2014, I was brought on year-round as event staff. And just, I've had a chance to just work with this organization, work with this festival in so many different ways over the years. And I'm proud to come back and serve. And when I came back in 2021, because it used to be, before I moved to Nashville, I'd work during the day for ArtsQuest, and then I'd go out and cover for LVU at night. And I told Jason Frisch, who's my boss, I'm like, look, don't worry about the blog stuff. I'm coming back to work for you. Because I know that I am indebted to this organization.
Sure.
And I'm so proud to be able to come back, and glad they'll have me every
year.
year.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for sharing all of that. That's wonderful stuff. The one thing and this is also speaks to how awesome the festival it is and ArtsQuest. And then the other organizations that want to come in and be a part of it and also offer awesome stuff. There's this new Lanta bus that runs through.
Yes.
So I want to touch on this because it starts north side. Well, I guess it doesn't start anywhere. It goes both directions. But north side to south side, this replaces that old north-south shuttle.
It does.
And it's provided by Lanta. And the more stops, so you can pick it up in certain places. One kind of comedic effect is they actually just drive, according to this map, straight through Stadplatz and right over it and into the river. And then, but anyway, so it's free of charge. So this is what you're seeing on here. Especially that gold route, which is kind of like the old north-south shuttle, but a nicer bus and more stops available for you to get on and off, completely free.
Yes.
So it used to be like $3 and free for members. Now it's free for everyone. So you can just hop on this thing on and off, get off whatever stop you want to, and really capture those difficult. If there's somebody you want to see who's on it one time on north side and then on the south side and you don't know how to get there, this is how you can get there and make it work and not be all that big of a burden.
And even if you want to get across different parts of the north side, because I'm not going to lie to you, after 6 or 7 days, these dogs are barking, all right? Like, I wouldn't mind having a little sheriff shuttle.
Stay hydrated.
Yeah.
Wear comfortable shoes.
Yeah, if you're down at Plaza Tropical, which is where, our traditional shuttle stop is, and you want to get up to Stadplatz, now you don't have to walk up that hill.
That's true.
And that's incredible. True. And honestly, I'm thinking about maybe saving myself some time once or twice.
Yeah, there you go. Just hop right on the bus. Well, so you have to make sure the bus is safe.
Exactly.
So sheriff's got to get on the bus.
But I'm so glad that they did that.
It's so cool. It's so cool.
Yeah, it's exciting to see. And it's going to make the festival a lot easier to get around.
Absolutely. Well, Gerard, thank you so much for coming on again. Thanks for joining the Exordium. Congratulations on an amazing year.
Thanks.
And definitely check out the 60-plus things.
60-plus lessons from the creative journey available on Ingram Spark, Amazon, and the trunk of my car.
And the trunk of the sheriff's car.
Just we'll coordinate it. I'll sign it for you on the spot. You can get a copy from me. And then UMCWorldwide.com is our central hub for all things independent music, creativity.
And UMC Worldwide on social media for most cases.
Yeah, for most cases. We're starting to finally get all that transition.
Getting it dialed in. Anyway.
We got meta in January.
Keep it real and safe and don't get anybody's shoulders.
Don't cross
the sheriff. Keep it safe, keep it fun, and we're going to now go back to some music and close things out with The Tribe.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you guys can play. So what I want to almost start with here is I have an image up I'm going to bring up of, it's normally a 6-piece band.
Right now it's 5.
5. So let me bring it up though. I'm going to put up here, this is what you would look like on that stage you're going to be on. So it's going to show you here, and you'll see up there in a second. Basically it's a little bit more of a higher energy show. But this was so cool and so dope. But like, I just want people to know that like, there's a whole other vibe to the other live show that you guys do.
Right, for sure.
Yeah.
Full piece with drums.
Yeah, it's definitely high energy. I think that's it's hard to communicate that with acoustic guitar, but I mean, I feel like the vibe's still there, you know?
Oh, totally. No, this is so awesome, and I think too, like this, for people who know your music, they're gonna think this is amazing. It's just for other people who don't know your music, I'm encouraging them to like check out the catalog and understand that it's gonna be. Like the funny part is, let's also talk about it. It's Saturday night at 11 p.m.
And that's actually what we're playing.
And that's actually the stage you're going to be
That's
on.
right.
Yeah. And so the point there is that it's worthy of an 11 p.m. show. What I love about 11 p.m. is it's always this like super interesting, different kind of sound. You're perfect for it. And it's like this. Special offering that Musikfest started doing not that long ago. It's been long enough now, but it's like this really cool thing where it's like the 11 o'clock stage, because it's the only one left There's no other stages going on at that time. Yeah.
Oh,
So
hey.
anybody who's out for a little bit more, like after hours, this is the only stage available. So it's the one to get. So anyway,
That's awesome.
super cool. So yeah, let's talk a little bit about the tribe. Tell us a little bit about like how it all came together. You guys are local here to Lehigh Valley.
Well, Andrew's local
Right.
to Lehigh Valley. Carl and I are from Wilkes-Barre,
Okay.
So only about an hour away.
Right.
Carl and I would play on stage in different bands together, and we were just always tight. And then randomly, at some point, I was looking for somebody who played guitar to just play some of the tunes with me.
Yeah.
And Andrew's in a band with his brother that played a bunch of Nintendo music.
Yes.
So like Mario, Zelda, and stuff.
Love it.
And I'm a big Nintendo guy, so
Right.
I was like, I'm messaging this guy. So I messaged him.
We kind of met on Facebook.
Yeah, and our bass player, yeah, it's kind of funny.
It is, yeah. It's like came together on social media.
Love it.
Our bass player too, was reading a book by Victor Wooten that like encouraged him to go explore new musical avenues and using like this amazing prog rock band.
Sure.
So it was all these weird backgrounds that came together, and I was like, well, I kind of want to make R&B, funk, soul,
Sure.
hip hop.
That's exactly what this is.
Yeah. It's like two dichotomies, Victor Wooten and Zelda and Mario.
Yeah. and then Carl just, I mean,
Nintendo Dootin.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think it's cool because it's like kind of a mix of like the singer-songwriter stuff that I'll bring to the table, and then these guys are just incredible like improvisation musicians that amazing songwriters too. We write together,
Mhm.
but the live show, this doesn't so much communicate what we just did. Like they can just go off.
Yeah.
That's what's fun.
Absolutely.
It's a one of a kind show each time.
100%. Yeah. And so people can follow you. It's the Tribe Online.
Yes.
So people can make sure they can follow you there.
At the Tribe Online and tribeonline.org. That's a real link.
Yeah. And any other things to promote? Any other shows coming up after Musikfest?
Actually,
New music, anything like that?
We definitely have some new music coming. We recorded a live album last fall.
Very, very cool.
So we're gonna press that on vinyl and get that out to the public
awesome.
at some point.
Yeah.
And then from there, we don't know what's next. We have a lot of things that we're constantly working on, and in the midst of navigating life in general.
Sure, right.
Yeah. Andrew just had a baby, which is really cool. I hope you don't mind me saying.
No.
And, so lots of things
Congratulations.
are going on with personal lives, but like
For sure.
it's always it's mandatory that at some point we
Get together.
and make
Mhm.
something happen for better or worse.
And it probably will be in Bethlehem, wherever that is, because we love playing here. We always have good experiences.
That's so awesome.
I don't think I've ever played at that show in Bethlehem. Yeah.
Actually, on that subject, we'll probably be playing this exact room based on the conversations we were having with Matt.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
That's that. I love to hear it.
Yeah.
So there you go. Definitely got to follow on social media so you can keep on tabs of when you're coming back.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
And definitely check out the show this Saturday. Again, we keep saying it, but it's free.
Yeah.
It's 11 p.m. on Town Square.
I think it's right after Avid.
It is.
I think that's how it flows.
Yep. So yeah, you're gonna love it. Come down for that. And actually, Kendall Conrad, who was in earlier, she's playing Saturday as well. Earlier that day. So she's on at 6 in the cinemas. You guys are on at 11 on the stage, the stage right outside of the ArtsQuest building.
Oh yeah, it's like we planned this.
We did. It is. Yeah, amazing. But what are you gonna take us out with?
We're gonna bring a little bit of the groove from a nice drum machine, our other member for the night.
Nice.
Yeah. This is a bit of an experiment. We're gonna see how it goes.
I love it.
This is called Hook It Up.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, and ladies and gentlemen, Musikfest Exordium 2025. The Tribe.
Thank you.
you down at the Platzes.
All right, Phil, let's say goodbye to everybody.